Hey there, guys. What is up? So, welcome to the Flick Experience with me, Gabriel the Hostman. We are live right now, coming from the Hostman studio. Yeah, I don't know why I said that. All right, so can anybody hear me right now? I hope this is good. Can anybody hear me on this and stuff? Well, let me just get the camera ready. So, yeah. I hope anybody can hear me right now. Let me just take the mic for a second. Hello. Is anybody home? Let me just I know we're on live right now, so let's make sure the microphone on is fine. Fine. So let's see. Okay, good. Okay. I hope everyone is listening in right now. So this is strange. We're doing the set settings, but this is everything's all right. All right. All right. So right now, and the clock is ticking. So I hope this is the best I can do with the live stream and all. And I hope that you guys are watching in right now, because I might get some weird ass questions that are probably gonna go on the board within like sooner or later. But give me a break. This is my first time because I know YouTube's doing this kind of shit to like how they run things or if they're monitoring this or not. But yeah, I'm here. So for those of you that have been following me for a while now, you know that I'm a podcaster. I like to review movies and stuff, talk about the movie media and stuff, and news and stuff. And like, yeah, I've been a fan. I've been a fan of movies. So if there's anybody out there at all that wants to chime in, and you have the chat right there. If anybody's watching on the questions, and just leave them below. It could be movie related questions or not. But I'm right here, so talking with the host man and stuff and stuff. So I don't know why I'm a little nervous and all. I mean, I'll admit that, but yeah, I'm here. So we're just here, just hanging out. Talk about movies. Movies. You can see my posters of Clear and Present Danger, and then we have The Dark Knight Rises in here. This is basically my sort of office on how I run some stuff here and stuff. I don't know, but I think give me an idea of what the movie poster I should put up right here in the middle. I thought about putting like a banner or a flag poster of my image of Gabriel's Flick Experience. I thought of putting the logo right there, but then I just thought maybe that's too vague and stuff. But if you have a movie poster idea, let me know. Oh, in the chat, it's right now. If anybody wants to like chime in, go for it. Now I know like right now we have nobody in the chat right now, but it's okay. We're gonna be patient. I'm a patient person. I'm gonna take some time. But meanwhile, while we're waiting for any questions below, if anybody wants to give a shout out or email me the questions below, oh, I have right here on this box set and is some of these movies that I've stored for a long time. Usually there's some I kept in my shelf and all, and there's some I would watch in a while. But since I have a lot of them, I would usually store them in the way in the box. But I want to show you the movies or the physical media collection that I've founded over the years. Some of them I bought them. Some of them were lended by family members and friends of mine. And yeah, I want to share my thoughts with you on the movies that I like or maybe dislike critiquing. And then now again, I'm kind of honest on my opinion to each its own taste and stuff. Some of you may like my critics, some of you may not like my critics. So try to keep your comments a little bit neutral. Even if you disagree with it's fine. But let's not start a war or here because again, YouTube, they could be very serious with this stuff. So yeah, YouTube, please do not cancel me. Okay. First time, give me a break. Hey, so here in this movie box collection, yeah, I have tons of DVDs because I am a big fan of physical media. I've collected them over the years. There's a few VHS tapes I also collected. That's how old I am on that era, and I respect them too. So the movies I have that I've collected right over here is like a lot. I have a lot of them from not maybe recent films, but some of them that have been around forever, and some of them are classics. But let's start. All right, so the first movie we like to go over with, I have a lot of them, so we're gonna go through the whole box. Is this is a blank case right here. Yeah, so let's see what this movie is. B. It's the B movie. Of course, there's no KA cover on this. I don't know if this was a family of mine gave this to me, and this was like they forgot to add it, or maybe they got it from a friend of theirs that didn't forgot add the case of this. But I hope it's the right one. I haven't tested it out, but yeah, the B movie. Um, I remember seeing the B movie in theaters with Jerry Seinfeld and Matt Broderick and all. It feels sort of Seinfeldish to me. To me, that's the Seinfeld movie that all of us fans should have wanted in animated format. You could tell there's a lot of Seinfeld humor into it, and I get all the memes. This is kind of a cold film. I thought it was funny though. Just the idea of just bees trying to like live their lives and how they see their human life, and they're trying to take the honey from the humans. And I thought it was some good meta-human that it's doing, especially with Jerry Seinfeld being like, "We're bees." You know, they had the Larry King in the human world too, and it's like, "What about bee Columbus, be Jesus?" And then like, "It's a bee, Barry. You're talking about or torches and forks and stuff." Like, there's a lot of lines for it. I recommend you see B movie, maybe get high from the film, and yeah, let me know what your thoughts on it. So I'm gonna right here by the couch here. All right, second, second film. Adam Sandler and Going Overboard. Not many people talk about this film. I think I remember seeing clips of it. I haven't seen the whole film. I remember seeing it on TV a few times. Not Adam Sandler's best film from like the '90s. He's a bit. Don't get me wrong. There's Adam Sandler in the '90s was funny, but I mostly liked Happy Gilmore and maybe Billy Madison. Like those were his best films, and probably Big Daddy as well. This film, it's okay. Again, I don't know for sure. I watch it later down the road. But yeah, if you guys seen Going Overboard, let me know. Oh, in the chats or what? Tell me your thoughts on this. Ah, here's a classic. The Rush Hour 1 and 2 duology. I do have 3 though. I do have Rush Hour 3. It's probably stored or somewhere on the DVD case. So yeah, I have the entire Rush Hour trilogy. So Rush Hour 1 and 2. Lee, I cannot believe I flew thousands of miles for this shit, man. Kata, this is a serious mission. We must focus. Oh, because it's like Tucker and Chan, they're like the most badass dynamic duo. I love the comedy in this film. Jackie Chan and Chris Tucker, they kick ass. You know, I really love the first film of Rush Hour. I could just tell they had a lot of fun time doing this film. I love the plot. Jackie Chan kicks ass. Chris Tucker is always making fun of him for its Chinese humor and the jokes and all. And even in Rush Hour 2, I thought it was funny as hell. Well, now I feel like some people may not make these kind of buddy cop kind of films anymore, or because they think with this type of humor that Chris Tucker does is a little racist and all. But I love it. I think it's funny. I get the humor. I wish people make more comedy films like this. And mind you, this is coming. This is like from 1998 and 2001, and then the third film was from 2007. And I really wasn't a fan of the third film that much, but I thought it was okay. But Rush Hour, it's hilarious. Chris Tucker's hilarious. Jackie Chan is like the Chinese version of Tom Cruise is. I hope Tom Cruise and Jackie Chan make a film together. Those are like the only actors that could do their own stunts in real life. But yeah, go watch Rush Hour. Watch all 3 of them if you have to. All right, next is I don't know why I have this again. Mind you, some of those movies I've seen and some of them I haven't seen because they were in storage or they were up on the shelf and I never got a chance to watch them, or maybe I did for a few clips, but or if I saw them on TV. But just mind you, I don't know 100% perfect on these, but I have a good idea on what the films is and I've seen parts of the things. All right, but again, I don't know why I have this film, but it's okay. This is 17 again with Rack Rathron. Yeah, this is coming out from I think High School Musical 3 at the time. This was like from 2008, I think. Yeah, yeah, it was around that time when it was coming off of it. This is all right. Oh, we got one chat out here. Alan Marcus. Hi, hey, what's up, Alan? Hope you're watching on the live stream right now. I'm here just talking about movies. Let me know where your favorite movies are and what you're discussing. Because right now I just discussed in this movie collection pile on these box sets of DVDs that I have because I'm a big fan of physical media, and I just discussed Rush Hour 1, 2, and 3, Going Overboard with Adam Sandler, and B movie. Can can you check my favorite comic? What do you mean, like what? Like favorite comic book or favorite comedian and or something? Because if it's a favorite comic book character, I don't know what I don't know. Let me know what your favorite comics. No, it's a web comic. All right. Well, send me a link below. Oh, on any of the comments down on below, or you could just email me or on Dream email because my channel's right there. But let me know what the web comic it is. I bet it's really, really good. So anyway, back to the point. Oh, I'm sorry, I'm getting ahead of myself. So 17 again. it was an okay. It's an okay comedy kind of film. It's basically Chandler Bing becomes Zac Efron, with a little bit of Chandler Bing and Matthew Perry and stuff. I this is okay, but to be honest, I never thought Zac Efron was a great actor overall. I mean, this is coming from me because he does a lot of like chick flicks. He always plays like the good looking guy kind of films. It's like the muscular guy. But to be honest, he has no range as an actor, and people are gonna hate me for this. I don't see him as a serious actor. He just feels like the MTV-ish kind of character actor kind of guy where he just gets typecast looks and he just plays his sort of himself and like there's no range. The only movie that I think he was good in recently was The Iron Claw, and that was good. So it's like maybe there's some potential in there, but I don't know. So 17 again, that's okay, but it's very gettable. He's too much of the High School Musical guy, but I don't buy him as an actor. All right. Marvel's Avengers, the very first Avengers film. Not many people talk about the first Avengers film, but I remember back in that day, a lot of the friends I knew at the time were like so excited. It's like, oh my god, the Marvel's Avengers are finally gonna make a movie because I seen them in the covers of comic book characters, and I've been a fan of these characters. I remember seeing Iron Man in theaters, Captain America in theaters, The Incredible Hulk, and to be honest, I really wish Edward Norton was back reprising this role as Mark Ruffalo. Nothing against him, but I didn't like him nowadays when they dumbed him down and stuff. Edward Norton, Incredible Hulk was fucking underrated, and it's like he was cool. Here's the link. Okay, okay, I will check on that ad later. I mean, it's gonna be saved either way once I end it, but I will make sure I'll check it out soon. So, Marvel's Avengers, the first film. I remember. I think I did see it. No wait, I think I didn't get a chance to see it in the theaters. I think it was until I think I'm talking about the sequel, Age of Ultron. I did. I think I saw this on TV many years ago when it came out. I think this was back in 2012 or 11, probably 2012. Correct me if I'm wrong. I'm wrong, but I saw this one. Everyone loved it. I knew Marvel was about to take it to the next level with the big franchise of what it is now for the Avengers, and yeah, this was a great time seeing all superheroes coming together there, and that was like the best moment when they're all teamed up, ready to take out Loki's army and all. That was cool. Even hearing the score of it all. I mean, the Avengers. This is what started it all as a real superhero team, and I always like it, even in like in animated shows when the superhero team, the characters interact with each other, and they're teaming up as like a union team to stop the villain and all. Like I always like this. I wish they could do that more recently. And I don't know what the upcoming Avengers movie is going to be like, because I thought it ended all right with Endgame and all. All right, next one we have the Mighty Thor. Chris Hemsworth debuts as the Mighty Thor. Damn, 3 years or 5 years. I'm a sub, bro. Oh well, glad you're a sub, man. If you want on, you can listen to my podcast and other platforms for like the past other three seasons of the show because I tried to figure out how I could get it into YouTube, but I don't know exactly because of the musics and the policy and all. But you could. But thanks. But glad you're here. Tell your other friends about it because that's all I need, and I'm fine. Look. I'm new at this. I'm still growing the channel as it goes. So, the Mighty Thor film, the Thor one. I honestly, again, I didn't see this in theaters. I saw it on TV when it came out. I wasn't really much of a huge fan of the character, but I could see this was Chris Hemsworth debuted as the Mighty Thor superhero, and he's amazing. I thought he was great, and even with if he's not in a having his own solo film, but being in the Avengers film. It's like not every character needs to have his solo movie, but I thought he was great. I didn't like him again when they dumbed him down and made him fat in Endgame, and especially with Thor. No, it was Thor: Love and Thunder. It was kind of a jokester with it, Oh, he's more badass in the ass in like the animated movies. It's like if you've seen Thor in the animated movies, he's fucking badass. But yeah, Thor. Oh, tell me what your thoughts on Chris Hemsworth playing the Mighty Thor. Do you want to hear the cool story? I was there when Chris Hemsworth recently got a star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame. I didn't know. I was there on Los Angeles just for a vacation and all, and right around Hollywood Boulevard, he was getting a star on the Walk of Fame. It wasn't planned. It's not like they give out a message come see Chris Hemsworth. No, 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 no. I was walking down Hollywood Boulevard with my family, Emily and I. We were just talking, and I was like, "Oh my God, there's a star! All right, someone's getting a star on the Walk of Fame. Who is it?" and there he is, Chris Hemsworth with Robert Downey Jr. and we were all cheering because I think it was promoting Furiosa months ago, and I was and I shouted out the mighty Thor with your hammer of God, and it's like good for Chris Hemsworth. I was just lucky just to be there at the right time. So Alan Marcus, yeah, I was there. And the podcast, yeah, it is. I mean, this is the podcast right now, the channel, but the rest of the seasons, because this is season 4 right now. The rest of the seasons are on the audio platforms, Spotify, Amazon Music, iHeartRadio. Dude, I'm literally all over, man. So yeah, I will deserve more stuff. It will come. Okay. Hey, you're one of my fans here. So spread the word around. Like I said, go off and preach the podcast to the world of every living person in the world. I know it sounds cringe, but it's like, yeah. But yeah, I saw Chris Hemsworth at the Hollywood Boulevard, and like, yeah, it was amazing. That was the first time I saw like a movie star like up close and all, and it was just like awesome, good for him. I hope that one day, because I know his brother Liam Hemsworth, and I know he has another brother named Luke Hemsworth. All three of the brothers, they should do a movie together. They should do like maybe like a medieval knight film, about the Crusade brothers. It's just a movie idea, but I could just imagine like all three brothers are actors. They should do a movie together, just for the fun of it. All right, next movie. I keep getting ahead of myself because listen, I have a lot of movies right here in this box set. So yeah, let's get going. Ah, yes. The Last Samurai, directed by Edward Zwick, Tom Cruise. This is probably a masterpiece. Edward Zwick is a highly underrated director. He's like a genius on directing these films: Glory, Blood Diamond, The Siege, Courage Under Fire, Last Samurai. Tom Cruise, he is phenomenal, and Ken Watanabe, fucking brilliant. It's like I remember seeing clips of this. This came out in 2003. So I think I was very young at the time. I saw many clips of it. It wasn't until I got older because I think it was R-rated, and then I saw it, and it's like it's amazing. I wish we would get more of epic war films in that time period of the 1800s, and it's the samurai of ancient Japan. It it is phenomenal. It is literally phenomenal. I mean I think it was playing on TV right now recently, like a couple of days ago. So it's like this is a movie that aged timelessly, and this is a movie that not many people talk about. But this is a really great movie. I shit you not. You should watch this film. You should even watch the behind the scenes of the movie and how they made the film, and it's amazing, amazing. I mean, The Last Samurai. It is like a five out of five G stars. That's my rating. And like that's an A plus of The Last Samurai. I love this film. Tom Cruise is amazing. Edward Zwick amazing. Ken Watanabe great. I have the movie, bro. Wait, do you have The Last Samurai I film? Let me know. Adam Sandler's Eight Crazy Nights 2002. Oh, is that your favorite Adam Sandler film? I remember seeing that. I thought it was all right and all. To be honest, there hasn't been any recent Adam Sandler films that were really great. I mean, maybe Uncut Gems was all right, but to be honest, it's hard to like think of him as a dramatic actor when he's doing like comedic roles and stuff. But if you like that film, that's great. Hey, that's good. All right, next up we have this is a Blu-ray. Warrior, Tom Hart. I think it's good. Wait, I think it's good, but the gross humor is terrible. Yeah, I noticed he does a lot of gross humor and all of his stuff. I don't mind gross humor, but if it's like so exploited and it's like super disgusting, then that would just turn me off. But because it's Adam Sandler, he makes a bunch of poop jokes. Even in Barely Madison, like "Happy pooping doopy." Yeah, I can't do it in impression. All right, so the next Blu-ray disc film is Warrior, Tom Hardy, Joel Egerton, and Nick Nolte. Yes, but the songs are a masterpiece. Well, yeah, he's a great songwriter too. So especially on SNL. Warrior, what are your thoughts on this film? I think I only saw this once. Tom Hardy, like he's a great actor overall. I mean, he could get buffed, he could get fat, or even skinny and stuff, but he could play the accents. If you guys remember the scenes, like nah, you weren't there, but the whole thing and accent stuff. Nick Nolte, it's like dude, I swear to God, Nick Nolte, it feels like he gets typecast a lot as a drunken guy. When it's like, "Hey, Tommy, I was in there on the sick cat," or fucking, even in Eric Bana's Hulk, like, "I'm sorry to flop what not for them to me." It's like I mean, look at the way, even his facial features. He just looks like a nom, dude, and he's always drunken out of his mind. It's like, oh shit, and stuff. Warriors are a great film, but to be honest, I kind of prefer the Fighter with Mark Wahlberg. But it's a great movie though. All right, next is ah, ha, ha. I think you're gonna like this one. I was surprised even when I got this in the first time I got it. This is the Criterion Collection, the special edition of Dazed and Confused by Richard Linklater. Um, this is like the perfect hangout film. 1992. This is like, hold on, let me see the cover of this. Yeah, look at this. Look, I got the cover of a book of all, and it shows like all the pictures and how they made the movie and how what they thought of the cast and everything. I mean, look at this. It looks like it was made from the 70s because the movie takes place in the early 70s. But that to me was a great time period. I mean, to me, well, I don't know. Oh, I wasn't around in the 70s, but if I had to go back and spend a week there, I would. But Dazed and Confused, this is like the great perfect hangout movie because you get to see how high schoolers were like in the 70s, and you get to see what their summer vacation is like. And like it's also based a little bit on Richard Linklater's life too, when he went to high school in the 70s as well. So this is kind of like a nostalgic, like it's more like the American Graffiti but for the 70s. But it came out in 92. Yeah, yeah, I said 92. So, oh, I was right. But Dazed and Confused, everybody's film debut. It was Matthew McConaughey's first film as Wooderson. And you have to admit, that's a great line when Wooderson, that's what I love about these high school girls. I get older, they stay the same age. Yeah, I know it's a little sketchy, but the way that he said it was just a cool monologue when he's on stage and he's the cool guy. Even the girls would want to hook up with him, and the guys like you think he's the cool stoner dude. Even this line, you just gotta keep on living, man. Livin. Dude, Sam Rockwell from F is for Family, that was definitely based off on Wooderson. I love this guy, Ron Slater, when he talks about the aliens, because he's all high as hell and he's all like, don't you know about it, man? This country was founded by into aliens, man. George Washington, man, and he was in a cult, and the cult were into aliens, man. You didn't know that? Oh man, they're way into that stuff, man. Like I just love the dialogue because sometimes some of this is scripted, and I feel like some of this was improv, and this is how teenagers talk. Like I wish we could get more hangout films like this. It could be out there in the 70s, the 80s, the 90s, or even early 2000s, because it feels like if you try to make one nowadays, it won't be just them just hanging out. It'll be just on the iPhones, people twittering and like listening to like cringe pop music and all, or any like shit like that. It won't capture that essence. If I ever made a movie like that, it could maybe be in the modern time, but I won't I'll be so dependent on you know internet wise and phones and everything. I would just make a film of just them just hanging out, just friends talking. And people nowadays, when if they try to see movies like that, they'll think, no, it's boring. Nobody wants to listen to people talking or guys hanging out. Like, because what's the plot? What's it about? And it's like, no, that's the point. There's some movies that don't need plots. It's just a day in the life of these guys just hanging out for one summer day. This is a great. So yeah, I recommend you see Dazed and Confused. Richard Linklater, he brought the 70s to life. I'll check out later. Alan Marcus says, "Do you review TV shows from the 2000s?" No, I haven't, but I do remember seeing TV shows growing up from the 2000s. Like what shows? Like, because I know a few Cartoon Network shows growing up. Like I've seen Ed, Ed and Eddie and Grim Adventures and all. But for TV shows in 2000s, I don't know. Total Drama Island. Yeah, I remember Total Drama Island. It got wackier in the later season, but yeah, Total Drama Island. I thought it was great. That was like the the Survivor, the Fear Factor game show, but for anime, but for young kids. It was on Cartoon Network Thursday nights, I believe. Yeah, really did not like Heather at all. She got what she deserved. I was glad Owen won. But yeah, that was a good show. That was a good show. All right, next up we have Lord of the Rings. Thank you. Yeah, the Fellowship of the Ring. What can I say? It's Peter Jackson. It's a masterpiece. And I also like this movie first. Someone agrees with me with Heather. Yeah, that's true. I didn't like Heather. I mean, think about it. She kind of sabotaged everybody on the Gophers team. I was surprised that she kind of won in Total Drama World Tour, but that ended with Ezekiel dying in the volcano. But yeah, Total Drama, I'm a good show. But so Lord of the Rings, The Fellowship of the Ring. I I wasn't a fan of Middle Earth fantasy stuff because, and I'm not saying because I disrespect it all. No, 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 no. I respect this one, but to be honest, I discovered Peter Jackson when I saw his remake of King Kong. Now I thought that was amazing. That was like the perfect remake done. And then I went back to Lord of the Rings. I can understand like people who are fans of the book. I think I had a friend who was a big fan of the book and loved the movies and all. I went to see these films, and yeah, they're great. They're all great. And I'm not gonna get into the which is better, Star Wars or Lord of the Rings. No, 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 no. I respect. I love both of them. Lord of the Rings, the first film, it took me a long time just to understand like why people like this, and then I was like, yeah, I could see why. It looks really well made. Peter Jackson knows how to make the fantasy genre come to life, and I liked how it felt like the movie, even though it's made up fiction, but it felt like it was history in the making. Something like Braveheart or like The Last Samurai, like the hobbits were real, Gandalf was real, and Aragorn was real. Like there was a lot of effort they made in this film. And mind you, here's a fun fact. It took a long time for those 3 films to be made because they all shot it simultaneously from '99 to early 2001, and the financing was huge. I think Miramax wanted to do it, and then they said no. They wanted to make one film altogether, but then that wouldn't work, and then every major studio said, "No, no, we're not gonna do this. No one's gonna own the books. It's like it's impossible to make those of the films." And then I think it was, New Line Cinema at the time. They said, "No, we like it. We're fans of the books. Let's do it. Let's do it." It's a hell of a risk. I feel like if people make a film nowadays, it's risky, and I think majority of the students will just say no. So yeah, Marcus, why are you like giving me that look? Hmm, interesting. Yeah, it is interesting. I recommend you see the behind the scenes of the films too. I watch a lot of the behind the scenes and on the making of the films, and yeah, there's a bunch of interesting stuff and how they made those films. So I'll have a look at them. All right, next we have Expendables 3. And oh, this is the unrated edition. I remember seeing this in theaters back in that day. It was cool, but I really wasn't much into the Expendables. I think I like the first one more than the second one. The third one, it was all right. You get to see Mel Gibson being the bad guy, and it's like, hey Barney, let's do this. Frick, hold up. Uh, can you see this? Like, hold up. Up. Hope I'm not being rude. But listen, I'm trying to get okay, me back. Oh, he came back from somewhere. Okay. Take your time though. So Expandables 3, it was all right. It's basically Sylvester Stallone and a bunch of other guys like Jason Statham, Arnold Schwarzenegger, and Antonio Banderas, and they get to kick ass. Oh yeah, and Ronda Rousey's in it too. I thought it was okay, but yeah. But how can I say? I do respect the action stars from the 80s, the 90s that we all grew that our parents grew up watching them. It was great, but I didn't really care about Expendables 4 or of it. It was just an excuse of Sylvester Stallone being like, yeah, let's get a bunch of guys and rise and show them up. Good action sequences, but I don't know. Does anybody remember this? Okay. Ah, yes. Casino Royale, James Bond 007. Okay, do you like competitions? Competitions, like what competitions as in like the shows or like total drama or what? I need some more or little specific questions, Alan. Do you mind? But uh, so Casino Royale, 007. Do you like animated media? Yeah, I do. Yeah, I do. Not much of the recent stuff because I like the old school shows, but for like animated media, like maybe Simpsons or Family Guy, but I only liked it from the early seasons of Simpsons and Family Guy because I don't know. I do watch some of the South Park seasons, but nothing's been all right because you know how like when I have a recommendation then. Okay, well, give me a recommendation. But sometimes you ever like a show where it's like, oh, I like seasons 1 through 5, but after that, season 6 and on, it was terrible. Battle for Dream Island. I've never heard of this show, but I will look up for that show. Oh, please forgive me if anybody says like you don't know or again, I will look it up just like I'll look up your web comic or something. It's on YouTube. Okay, thank you. So Casino Royale, again, I'm going back and forth and stuff. So great James Bond film, great classic film. This is personally one of my favorites in the Bond franchise. Daniel Craig is like amazing. Amazing. He was probably like the best Bond we ever had next to Sean Connery and 007 Casino Royale. This is amazing. Flawless. Martin Campbell's directing and go see Casino Royale. I'm glad I have it. Want me to give you info after you do your info? No, no, it's fine. Look, you can just email me. It's on my YouTube channel and all because it's my email where you can say end me questions or any business inquiries. So you could just say end it all up in there and stuff. Let's just be rational about this. All right, next is the 40-year-old virgin unrated edition. This was funny. This was funny too. Again, this is another comedy that not many people will make because it's maybe raunchy or maybe they like to make raunchy films. But sometimes raunchiness when it's over like exaggerated over the top, then it just takes me out. But the comedy is funny because Steve Carell. It's just like look at this. He looks like the virgin guy either way. Hey, I especially love the quote when he's like, "Me so I mean, I don't know if YouTube allowed me to say it, but it's like, "Me love you long time." It's like, dude, you could tell this guy is a virgin even when he says, like, "When you hold a bread with, like, a bag of sand." I'm like, "Bag of sand?" But I love the cast. Judd Apatow, and, like, Steve Carell, they did a great job in the film. The reason why I laughed because the name, I'm so, immature. Alright, because of what? The character or is it just it's me and stuff? The 40-year-old version, that was funny. I thought it was funny towards the ending sequence when they did the Aquarius song right when he loses his virginity, and I'm just like, "Oh, wow. So he finally did it." The name of the movie. Yeah, the 40-year-old virgin. It's like, wow, the guy lost it at 40 and all his friends are trying to get himself laid and stuff. And I thought, like, dude, the chest walking acting sequence, that was real. I was like, oh shit. They literally got injured pretty badly on that. And then you see Elizabeth Banks trying to seduce him in the tub, and it's like to be honest, that was a little cringe a bit because Steve Carell is like trying to be, he's a bit drunk and he's trying to like bow, take a bow wow. And I'm just like, dude, stop. This isn't like turning her on and shit. And like that girl was a freaking and Seth Rogen comes in and he does it with her. It's like, you want to laugh at the name 40-year-old virgin. Yeah, no, yeah, nobody would. Okay. Next we have, this is Sparta! 300. King Leonidas Gerard Butler. What can I say? I remember the promos when it first was coming out in theaters. I remember the graphic novel. So when I saw this when it came out on DVD, sorry, there were some movies I didn't get a chance to see in theaters, but luckily I did see this, and it's like it's amazing. I wish they would make more sequels. Gerald Butler, and it's like he's great as Leonidas, and then even recently as in How to Train a Dragon, he reprised his role as Stoic. It's like he is the Viking. He's Leonidas. It's like best quote. I mean, this is Sparta. That's like the best quote, and the other one's like, "Tonight, Spartans, we die in hell." It's like it's amazing. Very bloody, but if you like the graphic novels, go watch 300. Actually, this is probably the only movie you have shown me that I have actually seen. What recently, 300 or the 40-year-old virgin? Either way, you'll look back on this live stream and you'll rewatch the whole thing when I go 300. Really? You didn't see the 40-year-old virgin when I showed you? Hold on, let me see. I showed you this, showed you Casino Royale and Expendables 3. So I hope you're keeping up the track. Forgive me if I go too fast or a little too slow. Oh, I'm just trying to see at the time goes. But yeah, 300 is good. All right, next is James Wan Saw, and this is wow, the uncut edition. I hope you could see this. Please forgive me. The webcam's kind of crapped. This is all I could do. Oh, can everybody hear me loud and clear with the mic? I just want to know. Oh, is the microphone all right? Anyone? I hope it's great. Hey. Yep. Okay. We do. All right. Saw uncut edition. Yeah, very intense. Like, I'm not usually a fan of horror or the horror genre too much. Not because it's scary and all, but because like most of the plots, they're never that great, and I just feel like they're all the same. But Saw was pretty. But Saw, I was impressed by that. It's not my favorite horror film. But yeah, I could see why it was all contained in that bathroom, and then there's that intense like who's gonna cut off who, and like I will Carrie Lewis character survives in the end, and then the spoiler alert, the plot twist where the Jigsaw's old guy was the body that was unconscious the whole time. He just walks out and just lets the other guy die. It's pretty shocking and horrific, but I'm just like holy crap. But Saw's all right. It's very horrifying though. I want to recommend you show this to a 4-year-old or 8-year-olds and shit. But yeah, it's all right. Not much a fan of the sequels because look, I also have Saw 2. And Saw 2, it's like the Saw franchise, it just keeps going. I have heard of Saw, yeah. Oh, I think we all do. Not a fan of Saw 2, not many for the sequels. It's like sometimes in movie franchises, especially in the horror genre, when they go make more sequels of it, you just lose out of touch because it's not going to be great than the original. I mean, look at Scream, the Friday the 13th, Halloween series is like Jesus, just fucking end it already. Just how long is it keep going? All right, next up we have District 9. District 9, I thought it was all right. I like the sub I liked I think it was supposed to be the metaphor for South Africa or Africa and the politicians of the corruption at the time, but it's like the aliens were being the victims and the guys eyes like the humans were being mean to them though. I don't remember much about the film, but it's like but I heard people say hey, this was great and all. I might have to rewatch watch this later, but I don't know. Did anybody remember this? Did anybody remember seeing this film back in the day? I remember seeing promos of it, but after that, I didn't hear anybody talking about it. Yeah. Okay, now I'm gonna have some little snack break. Those are some French fries I made, and a drink. Yeah, sometimes I get talk. I'm proud for this. All right, next one. Hey, Beverly Hills Cop with Eddie Murphy. What can I say? Eddie Murphy is hilarious. I didn't see the recent one on Netflix for Beverly Hills Cop 3 or 4, but it's like that's a comedy film that took a long time to make a sequel. The Beverly Hills Cops one, this is a 80s classic. This is what put Eddie Murphy on the map besides SNL. And like, yeah, he's funny in this movie, but Beverly Hills Cop 2 was all right. But after that, I was just kind of done. But yeah, I recommend you go see this film. If you want to relive 80s nostalgic films, watch Beverly Hills Cop. It's funny. All right, next we have Rocky Balboa. This is Rocky 6, which is technically the final film of the Rocky franchise. I mean, besides Creed, where he plays like the mentor, but this is like I think this is the last time where Sylvester Stallone puts on the boxing gloves one last time. I thought this was great. I thought Rocky because after Rocky 5, I thought that was gonna be done and that was terrible. Rocky 4 was okay, but even that was terrible too. But Rocky 6, I was pretty surprised by this film. I thought this was a great like character where he makes one last comeback, retire when he was retired and all, and makes it into the ring again. And even though he at his old age, I thought this was a great, hey, probably closure to the character. I don't know. I don't know if Rocky will come back if they ever make a Creed 4 because he wasn't in Creed 3, but hopefully maybe that will be the end of Creed or and that's the end of Rocky. But it's gonna be. But I thought it was great. Here is the thing: Battle for Dream Island season 1 has a character named Rocky. Oh, really? Was he probably named after him? Because that's cool. What about Rocky Dos Santos from Power Rangers? You know, oh, I think it was like the Red Ranger and all. But yeah, that character's named after Rocky. All right, next yeah. Ah, Iron Man, the first Marvel film for the MCU. I mean, not technically the first Marvel film. I mean, it's first for the MCU. This is at the time when Marvel made its own studio, which is the MCU. But I always thought the first Marvel film was like Blade from 1998. Does anybody remember Blade? I thought to me that was like the first Marvel film, along with the X-Men and Spider-Man with all. But for this, the MCU, this is really cool. I saw this in theaters back in the day in 2008, and I thought I didn't know much of the character that much. Okay, so this was like the first time when I discovered Iron Man, and I was like, "Holy shit, this is fucking cool!" Oh, I mean, Iron Man when he took out the terrorist guys and eyes, and then him being in the armored suit of all, I could see now Robert Downey Jr. He became a movie star. This was his comeback. Glad for him that he won the Oscar for Oppenheimer. So that's the ultimate comeback. He had a bad movie career here around the early 2000s. I was struggling, and this was like his comeback, and now he's like the biggest movie star of all time. Iron Man, I will never forget seeing this in theaters because I didn't know this was going to be the MCU was going to be huge, and it was going to be all connected to this, leading to the Avengers. And I was like, this was epic. I couldn't believe it. I remember I got the I think the Iron Man action figure at the time. It was like a big toy or something, and it was like, wow, this is cool. I fell in love with this character either way. Rock is a character who would bar Arf almost every episode. He appears with the sound "blah," voiced by Carrie Huang. Really, he would barf all the time, like just bleh, throw up and stuff. Okay, now I will see a peek at the show if I get the chance. Iron Man, yeah. Hey, don't forget, hey, if any of your friends are watching out there, or send the link to everyone. I even posted on Instagram about the reminder to spread the word out to anybody. And again, I'm patient. If I only got one chat, then that's all I need and stuff. So don't forget, follow me on Instagram at which is on the channel GFE_Hostman. Just type in Gabriel's Flickers Rants and you'll see it from there. All right. Next we have the Grudge with Sarah Michelle Gellar. Yep, the girl from I Know What You Did Last Summer, and now she's in The Grudge. It never forgives and it never forgets. This was an okay horror film, kind of. I remember seeing clips of this on TV, but of course I had to censor it, and I didn't see it till like years later. I think when I was like 13 at the time. But the Grudge is all right and stuff, but I can't take it seriously, especially like this character right here, because I keep thinking of the scene from Scary Movie 4 where they were speaking like Japanese and they were trying to make a parody out of it. So that sometimes it would take me out of it. Like, you ever watch a parody movie first, and then when you look back on the Scary Movie, like the real film, it's like I can't take it because the parody film kind of ruined it for me, though. That's just how I see it. All right, next we have this is strange. I don't know how that ends up in the collection too. Oh, Marley and Me. This was based on the book. I think who wrote this book anyway? Because I remember this was based on a book. What can I say? Marley is a dog that's sort of love, but he's kind of reckless. Owen Wilson and Jennifer Aniston's in it, and yeah, kind of sad out of it too. Spoilers, they had to put him down in the end, but it's like, it's basically a dog's life who was reckless, where it's like he's the worst dog ever, but I can't help it because I love him. But I remember Marley and Me. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I remember seeing this. It's like, it's all right, but it could be emotional to the end and stuff. But I remember people liked the book though and stuff. Battle for Dream Island is PG due to violence, death, but a revival system gross humor, mainly barfed by Rocky and Barfbag. And when it came out, the creators were 12, came out in January 1st, 2010. Oh shit, that long ago? Man, my God, that was like 15 years ago. Oh, 2010, yeah. Let me can I ask just for your opinion out there? Does anybody like the 2010 decades? Personally, to me, I didn't like it that much because I don't know, movie wise, there were some good movies out there. There was, but for music wise and movies, I don't know. It just felt like something in I'm thinking the pendulum from the mid 2010s. It just started to like go a different way where I think at the time, I'm not being political or anything, but it's like people became more sensitive and people started to like self-censor their movies, or it's like, I don't know, we can't do this, we can't do that anymore, or we have to make a meta humor, or there's too many pop culture jokes. It's like it would just throw me off early 2010s, about 2010, 2014. Yeah, 2010, 2014 was okay. But sometimes the pop culture in general, no, it's like we like it and then we hated it. But to me, I was like, I just feel like everything was just so like in your face. Like, this is hip now, and like even in movies when they reference it, like even from music and stuff. And I don't know, it just threw me off a bit. 2016 was an exception. I think it was okay, but keep in mind it was a terrible year, not because of the whole election and all, but I think just for everything. It was a rough year, dude. I mean, I'm not gonna not lie. That year, that's probably gonna go on the years of the worst years of all time, not just for movies, just for everything. It was like everything was just a complete mess on that year, man. And like maybe 1968, but yeah, yeah, that was hard. All right, next movie. We Are Marshall, Matthew McConaughey. The story about the high school or college football team, the people that crash landed that were the victims at the time, and the colleges that want to honor the Marshall football team. This was a great film. I thought Matthew McConaughey. Hey, he started had range as an actor because at the time he was known as the rom-com lead guy. It wasn't until like I think later 2010s he started to have range as an actor to be dramatic and all. And I was like, okay, he's a really good actor now. He can do range. But this was a good football film that honors the community too. But you know what I liked? I kind of like Friday Night Lights with Billy Bob Thornton. Does anybody seen that film? That's a great football movie about a community trying to hold up a team together, and the characters had depth and tone and all. Where Marshall is good, but I kind of prefer Friday Night Lights. Cartoons was bad in 2016. Yeah, yeah. To be honest, I stopped caring about Cartoon Network at that time. I think I already stopped around 2008 or nine at the time, and that was it. Yeah, so yeah, it was terrible. One more detail about BFD: it's the acronym is a pioneer of a genre. All right, pioneer of a genre. Oh, all right, that's cool. All right, moving on. Oh wow, we're into 45 minutes now. Listen, I have a lot on the book, so I may not go throughout the whole set, but I'm gonna try. I'm gonna try to see if I could go through the whole set because again, there's a lot of them. I didn't even know. I had that much because again, it was a long time. It's called an object show. All right, object show. I'll keep that in mind. All right. Good luck, Chuck, with Dane Cook and Jessica Alba. Oh, unrated. It feels like I got a lot of the unrated editions. Haven't seen the film, but Jessica Alba, to be honest. She's not that great of an actress. She's okay, but I don't see her have range. And Dane Cook, maybe he was funny for like early 2000s, but he's not good, not much of a funny comedian anymore. I don't know what he does anymore. But good luck, Chuck. It's like, nah, forgettable. I like the name Chuck. Chuck. Maybe like Chuck from Better Call Saul. Oh, maybe, but not much. Ah, yes. This is good. I made an episode of this from season one, episode three of my podcast. I talked about Sam Raimi's classic Spider-Man 1. This is probably one of my favorite superheroes of all time. Tobey Maguire's Spider-Man is like my all-time favorite. And I even went to see it when they re-released the movie back a couple months ago when they were releasing all the Spider-Man films. And keep in mind, you, I didn't see this in 2002 back in that day, but I remember getting this on VHS, which I still have. And it is honestly the best superhero film. I have a DVD of that. Yeah, we all love this film. Spider-Man 1. I mean, look, I don't care about the memes or like how cheesy it is. To be honest, I don't really care about the memes. This is a well-made superhero film. I love the direction Sam Raimi was doing. Tobey Maguire is excellent. Kirsten Dunst amazing. James Franco. Willem Dafoe is a Green Goblin. He's awesome. A lot of people always thought that the Green Goblin suit was outdated or cheesy looking. No, to me, it's awesome. It looks terrifying in with the mask. But I love the Spider-Man film. If you ever go back to my podcast, I think again, season one, episode three, I did a review on this film and I get it like an A+, but it is phenomenal. This is a movie that is aged well, and this is like the best Spider-Man superhero film of all time because you could understand Sam Raimi put a lot of effort on honoring the comic books because he was a comic book fan. He's my favorite hero. Spider-Man has always been like my favorite from Marvel, and yeah, for any of you people that have not seen Spider-Man, go watch it. This is the Spider-Man you should see first, not Tom Holland or Andrew Garfield. No offense to them, but show them this. This is the Spider-Man film you should see, even the sequels. American Pie, Beta House, or the spin-offs. Also unrated. I know unrated. It's like a lot of dirty stuff in it, but it's like I don't know. Maybe it's just there's more jokes and all. I never been a fan of the American Pie spinoffs. Because I was so used to the films because I think most of these are mostly direct to DVDs. So why unrated? I don't know. So you get to see more of the sex scene jokes, the more crude, gross, disgusting humor. You know how American Pie it is and stuff, but. No, I don't recognize any of the actors. The only actor that reprised his role is Eugene Levi's character, but again, these are kind of direct to DVD films or the spin-offs that's related to the series. But no, I never liked it. I do like the first film. I love American Pie because I had the first one on DVD, and it's like it's fucking hilarious. Another comedy film that I don't know if people can ever make again because it's so like raunchy, offending this kind of. But I like it. It's fun, honey. All right. Next we have is The Collector from the writer of Saw 4, 5, and 6. Oh shit. The Collector, I thought it was okay, but to be honest, I was disappointed, especially towards the second and third act. I was just like, oh god, really? If it's the writers from Saw 4 and 5 and 6, and just nah, throw it out. Again, not a fan of the horror genre, but it's just like it's not even that scary that much, even when it is. Just because it's scary and it's like right up to your face doesn't mean they captivated. So now fuck this. All right, next we have an Academy Award winning classic, Forrest Gump, Tom Hanks, based on the book, directed by Robert Zemeckis and all. Yeah, yeah. This was a really great movie. 1994. 1994 was like the perfect year for Forrest Gump. What I thought immediately, I will collect your soul and life. Wait, are you sure? Did you say? Hey, I'm not sure. Maybe it's from this film, or maybe it was wrong, or maybe I got wrong. But again, to each its own. Agree to disagree. Forrest Gump. Yeah, yeah, I said Forrest Gump. Yeah, but what can I say? Great movie. It's very emotional. You see the man from his perspective as he goes through beginning, middle, and end and stuff. And it's like, yeah, it's amazing. It's emotional too. Oh, I'm not an emotional person. I really am not. But I do respect the filmmaker, what it is. But sometimes you could just feel it. You could just feel on what the character went through and all. But can I ask you this? I think many people debate about this. Is Jenny kind of it the villain? It's kind of because she always like she runs away. Now I understand her past was really bad, but it just feels like she never gave Forrest Gump the chance. She's always like, "Bye, Forrest. I'm leaving. I'm gonna become a hippie, a cooker, degenerate, and red because I'm running away from my past. But if you're the only person I care about, I want to stick with you." But it just feels like Jenny. I feel sorry for her, but at the same time, it's like why didn't you stick with 4 hours in the first place, man? But it's a great movie. When I visited New York, my mom and I watched this movie. Yo, really? You saw this in theaters like what, recently or back in the day? Hey, because yeah, I could see why this won the Oscar. But and again, 94, that was like the perfect year for movies. That's this film, Shawshank Redemption, Pulp Fiction. It's hard to choose. Hell, I would have said all three of them. Back in the day, holy crap! You saw this in '94, dude. I'm jealous of you, man. You grew up in the perfect year for movies. Okay, I'm not gonna. That's cool. I don't remember. I haven't seen this movie in a long time. Yeah, yeah. Well, this is what kind of film would you would like to rewatch, maybe on a rainy day, or like if you want a sense of emotion of Tom Hanks and like yeah. Go read the book if you have to. I read parts of the book a little bit, but I was still more invested into the movie. But yeah, Forrest Gump, great film by Robert Zemeckis. All right, next is we have look. No, no, not 94. I watched it in 2016. I somehow found a DVD and I watched it in New York. We're like, so you didn't, man. I thought, oh, you did. But glad you saw it on DVD. All right, Pirates of the Car. No, not back in the day, but yeah. Okay, yeah, I get it. All right, next we have Pirates of the Caribbean on Stranger Tides. Look, it's even got the Blockbuster logo. So some of them, so some of my relatives and friends, like probably also got it from Blockbuster, but I guess I never returned it because it went out of business. Hold on, let me see if the DVD is still there. Oh yeah, it is right here. Hopefully you could see the focus. So yeah, it's Pirates of the Caribbean on Stranger Tides. I saw this in theaters. I didn't really like it that much. I didn't care about the other characters, and I didn't like the whole Fountain of Youth. I thought it was investment, but you had a good concept. But I didn't like how it was all Blackbeard with the characters and the mermaids. Mermaids. It wasn't the same without Will Turner and Elizabeth Swann. And I feel like if you really watch this one, Jack Sparrow didn't do much of fighting or leading the adventure at all. It was just like he was just there, just leading the team while being a victim of the pirates because he's held captive and Stranger Tides, I didn't like it. I didn't like it that much. That was forgettable. All right, next we have. Oh, here's a Disney film, Meet the Robinsons. I saw this in theaters back then in the day. It's kind of emotional. The kid doesn't know who his mother is. He is his own like son, future son. Takes him to the future, meets his weird family and all. Uh, I'll tell you one movie I saw back in 1990. Tell me about it. But Meet the Robinsons, it was alright. It's a family film, but it's kind of forgettable. But it's kind of forgettable. But I understand like the story wise. Home Alone. Oh, Home Alone. Yeah, that's a Christmas classic. You saw that in theaters. It is good for that. Good for you, man. And that's a Christmas classic to always keep replaying on TV. That's how you know that movie's great. By the way, are you even proud that you know that Kieran Culkin's now an Oscar winner? So now one Culkin's got a successful movie, and the other one's got an Oscar now, and he plays like Fuller, who butts the bed and stuff. I still laugh at the joke where it's like, Buzz, can I sleep in your room? He'll wet the bed. He'll pee all over me. And Buzz is like, I wouldn't let you sleep in my room if you were growing on my ass. It's like, it's such a funny line. So Meet the Robinsons. A good movie. I don't think it didn't do well at the box office, but I remember seeing this in theaters. But It's all right. All right, next we have hello, hello. Can you hear me? Sorry, thing went off. Can you hear me? All right, I think you guys do. All right, next we have Limitless by Bradley Cooper, Abby Cornish, and Robert De Niro. Oh, um, yeah, I haven't seen this movie like forever. I don't remember much of the plot. I think maybe I saw it August when I was like 12, I think. I don't remember ever that much. I think it was sort of like a drama action thriller film, but but yeah, I haven't seen it at all, but I'll give it a check. Is your mic okay? I don't know. Is my mic okay? Hello, hello. Did it drop? Can anybody hear me? How now, brown cow? Alan, can you hear me? Is anyone hear my voice? It's Diggy. Okay. Well, mind you, it dropped. Let me see if it's right here. Hello? Hello. Blah. Kind, kind of. Okay, well, give it some time. Let me give it some. If it's not, then please forget. This is all I can do and stuff. Oh, the mic went off. Okay, now can you hear me? The mic went off. Now can you hear me well? Yo, yo, yo. Swear the microphone went off. Okay, better. All right, next we have. Oh wow, we're going into 56 minutes. Wow, we're going for an hour this time. Next we have V for Vendetta. Natalie Portman, Harmon's the star, and Hugo Weaving. We have the anonymous guy. This is what maybe the dystopia world would look like as the anonymous guy. Hi, directed by the Wachowski Bros. I remember people liking this. I remember in comic book stores they were talking about how great the movie was, and then there were some people like, "Nah, I hated it. It was stupid." But I don't understand what they were trying to do. But I do like the action sequences, but I don't know. It's kind of forgettable. Not my favorite. And then we have the Incredible Hulk, Edward Norton, the second film of the MCU. Oh, damn it! Sorry, that was my dad. He watched Home Alone in 1990, Aladdin in 92, all on premiere day or night. Oh, so your dad saw it back in that day? Hey, that then he's lucky, I think. So Incredible Hulk. This I thought was a heavily underrated Marvel MCU film. This is a film that I really wish Edward Norton reprised his role as this character. It had sort of the vibe that the Eric Bana Hulk did, but at the same time, they were trying to make it what MCU was doing. If you are wondering, I'm 20, 92. 92. You're still young. You still got time. Hi, man. Just kidding. I'm 18. 18, man. You still got time. You got to rewatch these classic. But Incredible Hulk, I saw this back in '08. That was cool. That was amazing. Amazing to see the Incredible Hulk in theaters. I wasn't much of a fan of Eric Bana's Hulk from 2003, but Incredible Hulk, I thought this was a hell of an improvement. I mean, the plot wise, yes, there were some problems here, a little bit there, but nothing much. This is like a B average movie. I really wish they would make sequels because again, not much fan of the Mark Ruffalo's Hulk because I thought it was like I don't know, they just dumbed him down. They made him look like a joke, and it's like we need another solo Hulk movie. They needed it with this tone and this vibe. I want to see him more angry and destroy or some stuff. Heavily underrated. I recommend anybody would see this film. Watch the Incredible Hulk and let me know what you think. It's right here. And now we go to Pirates of the Caribbean: The Curse of the Black Pearl. This is one of my favorite films of the Pirate series. I love Dead Man's Chest, the sequel, but this first film, this is the movie that started the franchise. A lot of people didn't think this theme park ride wouldn't be made to a movie, and now it did. And Johnny Depp is like an amazing actor. He brought the character to life. Orlando Bloom is amazing as Will Turner. By mind you, he just came off of Lord of the Rings, and now he has another successful franchise. Barbosa, Jeffrey Rush, Elizabeth Swann, Keira Knightley. Great swashbuckling pirate movie. If you guys like the Pirates of the Caribbean ride on Disneyland, like yeah, this is cool. Well, I'm glad this movie exists, and yeah, it's very rewatchable too. I wish they could make more pirate movies. It doesn't have to be Pirates of the Caribbean, but something like this. This was a fun, entertaining film directed by Gore Verbinski, who also directed Rango. All right, next we have Um, ah, another Academy Award winning film, The Last King of Scotland, with winner Forrest Whitaker. great film. Forrest Whitaker did an amazing job with this film. I love the story about the African dictator, how he brought uh, Africa at a subliminal, like very tough period. But even though it's very rough to watch, but the performance phenomenal. I can see why Forrest won the Oscar, but yeah, it's a great movie. I would give it a watch, but I don't know if it's rewatchable. But if you like the African history and all, you can watch that as well. Yes. Okay, we're getting in some good ones here though, and like holy shit, there's a lot. All right, I'm gonna go as fast as I can because I'm pretty sure this might get a little boring. So here's where I'll go. All right. Yes. Batman Begins. Phenomenal. Christian Bale, best Batman we've ever had. This is the film that brought Batman back into the series when the jokester Batman or Robin from George Clooney, which was fucking awful. But Batman Begins, it is amazing. I saw this back in theaters in 2005, and it's like probably one of the best movie experiences I've ever had. Christian Bale is like amazing. He could play both Bruce and Batman, and he's like, "I'm Batman." Yeah, we know. Oh, I mean, the voice is just like iconic the way he says it. It's like he know how to make the character and all. And here's a fun fact: when Christian Bale got cast in the role of Batman, he was a really skinny dude at the time, even when he auditioned for the role. And then he says, like, dude, you gotta like buff up or something, like get in the role. And now if you know Christian Bale, he's a highly dedicated actor. He is very method. He'll get into the character. He ate so much food and lifted a lot of weights. He got really big, like super buff, like universe guy. And then when he came back to before the movie started, they're just like, oh shit, you're too big for the phone. You gotta like slim down where he's like martial arts. So it's like Christian Bale was able to go from the thin, skinny guy. If you ever seen The Machinist, he literally lost all that weight of a skinny dude to a big, huge guy. And then you've seen in the Batman film, he's like now the muscle, like martial arts kind of guy. So it's like that's an actor that's committed, and that's an actor that knows how to bring the character to life with the weight or without the weight. Like seriously, Christian Bale's amazing. All right. Then we have Forgetting Sarah Marshall, also unrated. I think comedy movies are kind of funnier if they were the unrated edition. It's fun with theatrical cuts, but unrated edition, I guess it's my extra funnier. Let's see, we got Kirsten Bell, Jason Segel, Mila Kunis, and Russell Brand. This was a funny rom-comish film. The jokes are fun and stuff, but it's not a movie I ever rewatch and look back into it. But it's the guys who brought you 40-Year-Old Virgin and Knocked Up. But I never found Russell Brand funny or anything. But yeah, it's a funny film. You ever watch it? I guess you ever watch it with your girlfriend or with your friends and then just make fun of it or something. Hopefully they have a sense of humor and all. But yeah, go. But yeah, if you like it, if you like it, if you don't like it, then I understand. All right, next we have oh, Hide and Seek. Robert De Niro, Dakota Fanning. Great horror film. I love the acting between De Niro and Dakota Fanning. She is a great child actress. I think she's still a great actress now. This is a great film. It's sort of rewatchable, but I think it's the only kind of film where you'll maybe see once or twice in your life, and then you just move on from that. But great acting performances. Dog Day Afternoon. Al Pacino. I might be wrong, but damn. Dog Day Afternoon. Dog Day Afternoon, the robbery should have taken 10 minutes. 8 hours later, it was the hottest thing on live TV, and it's all true. Yeah, what can I say? Al Pacino, oh, phenomenal actor. I can understand why people like this movie, and at the same time, some people maybe didn't quite get it because it's gritty. I see dead people from Hide and Seek. No, that line, I see dead people, that was from The Sixth Sense with Haley Joel Osment and Bruce Willis. Here's a blank one. Let's see what this movie is. This is, oh, Wally, the Disney Pixar's film Wally. Hope you guys see this. Yeah, yeah. I saw this film in theaters. That was an underrated film. It didn't. I don't think it doesn't need a sequel, but I thought that was a great movie where it's just Wally, and it's sort of like a silent film, and you get to see how he picks up garbage during the apocalypse and stuff. But I thought that was a great concept. I thought that movie was heavily underrated. Really, really great animated movie. All right, next we got ah Mr. and Mrs. Smith. It's Brad Pitt and Angelina Jolie as our assassins, and apparently they have sex while they're fighting. I guess people thought that's the hottest power couple. I guess what you could see. But it's like, yeah, great film, but it's like, I think people just want to see Brad Pitt and Angelina Jolie just do it while fighting, and it's like it's very sexy. But I'm just like okay, but they're assassins. They'll kill you either way. Apparently, some people accuses the movie for a robot saying the F word. Really? I don't remember ever saying the Wally saying the F word. Like, what did he say? Because it's all like a synthesizer computer generated where it'll just make sounds. Uh, Spoiler: it's a misheard line. Fine. Well, I don't know what the line is, but I didn't hear anything of that at all. But Wally's a great film. Ah, yes, The Dark Knight, the greatest superhero movie slash sequel ever. This is the best in the Batman trilogy. I think we could all agree. Heath Ledger Joker, rest in peace, man. He won the Oscar for posthumously, and like, yeah, it is phenomenal. The Dark Knight, I literally brought Batman and the Joker to life. I mean, when I saw the trailers of the Dark Knight, seeing what the Joker would look like, I was like holy shit, he's gonna like be fucking epic with this, and he was amazing. Yeah, Heath Ledger, what a great actor. I miss him, dude. We all miss him. I mean, he literally knocked it out of the park playing the most iconic villain ever. So yeah, The Dark Knight. This is the must watch see film. I really think this should have been won the Oscar. I mean, if Heath won the Oscar for best supporting actor, this should have won best picture. It's so much rewatchable quality in this film. Doesn't Christopher Nolan? He knows how to make the Batman films. Next we have Troy, Brad Pitt and Eric Bana. Brad Pitt playing Achilles and Eric Bana as Hector of Troy. And we also get Orlando Bloom as Paris. Troy Troy's an epic underrated film. I remember seeing some of these films. I remember seeing a lot of them on promos, but I never got a chance to see them in theaters. But Troy, this is an underrated epic film where you get to know about ancient Troy and the battles and all. This is a great movie. I recommend you see this film. Love the action and the ancient period of the Spartans and Trojans. I recommend and you see this film. Go watch Troy, directed by Wolfgang Peterson. All right, next, another Christopher Nolan film, Inception, and Oscar winning. Well, not Oscar winning. It was Oscar nominated. It was nominated for Best Picture back in 2010. I saw this in theaters. I was heavily amazed. DiCaprio, Hardy, Page, and Joseph Gordon-Levitt, Ken Watanabe, Killian Murphy. This is Michael Caine. This is a really great cast. I love the hallway fight sequences, and even when they're on the snow, like environment, just the dreams and all. A lot of people always get confused by this film because Christopher Nolan, you know how he writes his scripts, they'd be very confusing. And you ever wonder in the end, it's like, did he ever made it back home? And is he in the real world with his kids? I personally think he made it back home to the real world and finally reunited with his kids. I don't think it was another dream he was in. I think he made it back home to the reality. But this is a great Inception. I think if you watch this maybe more than one time or maybe five times and maybe try to invest the story and maybe analyze a little bit, then you kind of get the idea. It's like, oh, now I get it. Now I get it. Sometimes movies will have more a few times in order for you to understand the film. And I'm gonna get more fries. I made some fries. They're great. Ah man, I don't know why I'm thirsty. Movies I saw in theaters: Super Mario Brothers, April 12th, 2023. Aladdin, the remake. I'm assuming 2019. That's all I remember. Unfortunately, well, Super Mario Brothers. I could see why that movie was a hit. I think I also saw this in theaters. Great film. And it's like, yeah, it's cool to see that in real life. People always complain that the plot had no message, or they didn't think like, what's the story? And it's like, no, there was a story, all right, but it was entertaining. It was entertaining. It doesn't need to have a message or anything, but it was an entertaining animated film. Can't wait for the sequel. But yeah, that was cool. Oh, I've been a fan of the game, so. Uh, all right, guys. Sadly, I don't think we will have time to go through this whole theater because sadly my computer's dying out a little bit, and I don't have a charger somewhere because I had to put it in the other room and not at the office. But um, I don't know. Maybe I could get the charger and put it in here a bit because yeah, this is gonna be a long time for this. But you know what? Screw it. I'm gonna get the charger. I'll be right back. All right, and damn it. Hopefully, damn it. And got it. Damn. All right, I'm back. Got the charger ready, Eddie. So yeah, we're all back. All right, how we doing, everyone, so far? So yeah, this might take a while. Like I said, I'm gonna go by as fast as I can. But it's like holy shit, an hour and 10. All right, next one we have Ghost Rider, Nicolas Cage, Eva Menendez. To be honest, this was an all right film. I think I saw this in theaters back in that day, and I liked it, but then I didn't and like it. I just didn't buy Nicolas Cage as Ghost Rider. You know who would be a great Ghost Rider? Keanu Reeves. I've always hear him in interviews saying he loves motorcycles. He even rides motorcycles. He would be amazing in the if MCU ever decides to make a Ghost Rider film. They got to cast him. I thought he would play perfect for that part of the character. He looks interesting though. He looks the part. All right, I could see him becoming Ghost Rider. So, well, let me know your thoughts. Keanu Reeves for Ghost Rider. Okay, I'm gonna go. I'm gonna get have a sack of films. All right. Next we have 007, Die Another Day. Pierce Brosnan and Halle Berry. The James Bond film, which was sadly Pierce Brosnan's last film as James Bond before they replaced Daniel Craig. Probably the worst Bond film ever. Really bad CGI. Halle Berry's all right, but it's like the plot is so stupid because it's literally like so over the top CGI ish. And the Bond villain, I'm not joking. He's taken out a group of North Korean like terrorist guys, and the North Korean villain has a plastic surgery, and he becomes like this white actor kind of a guy where now he's like he's not Asian, but he's like American, and it's just like it didn't make any sense to me at all. He got like a whole face transplant, something like from Face Off, and yeah, I just don't see this. So, Die Another Day, worst film of James Bond, especially with Pierce Brosnan, and I liked Pierce Brosnan. He was one of my favorite Bonds before Daniel Craig, and I don't think of this could be his last film. Does anyone remember a James Bond game called Everything or Nothing? It came out for like the PS2, the GameCube, and the Xbox. That to me, that's the final James Bond of the Pierce Brosnan era. It's a very fun game too. If you haven't played the game Everything or Nothing, I recommend and you find it, go play it. If you have an Xbox or PlayStation 2, go buy the game, play it, and see if that story makes sense. So go watch it. Another James Bond film, The World Is Not Enough, also by Pierce Brosnan. I didn't like this movie either. Pierce Brosnan, his only great film was GoldenEye, and then parts of Tomorrow Never Dies. But everything, well, The World Is Not Enough. This was so boring to me. Not. I didn't buy. It was so confusing with the Russian guy. He was supposed to be like a symbionic, like cyborg guy who can't hit anything, and he's immune to bullets and all. But it's not a film I would rewatch. It's really boring. Dude, can you do a live stream reacting to BFDI season one? Highly recommend it. Also, I never had a PS2. I had a PS4. I don't know if I can do reactions of live stream because as you know how YouTube are, they're like so strict up the ass with copyright and all. And I don't know. I'm not much into reacting channel, but I will look up the show and maybe I could give you my review the next time if we ever do a live stream. So probably not. But I will look into it. Also, I have never had a PS2. I had a PS4. Well, I recommend you go buy a PS2 because they're very cheap, by the way. Or if they have it on the PlayStation Store, maybe they have like a few PS2 games that are remastered or something. I recommend you go get it. But just buy the game and buy iStation. They're very cheap by now. I think they're like only like $126. But that was old school from my time, man. But I recommend you to play. How about a review? Oh, we'll see down on the road. Again, I don't have much time on for things because I have a lot of busy things, but we'll see down the road. Trust me. Here it is. 007, Tomorrow Never Dies. This was an all right film. This is sort of like a C average movie to B average. Average. If you guys haven't seen this film, the Bond villain, John played by Jonathan Price, comes lies about the news media, and he knows what's going to happen the next event for another terrorist event, and it's tomorrow never dies, and it's sort of about manipulating the media. And overall, James Bond partners up with Michelle Yeoh, who eventually wins an Oscar down the road for everything, everywhere, all at once. And I thought this was a good duo, but Bond and Michelle Yeoh's character. I thought this was a great aid movie. Not many people like to talk about this one, but I thought it was an okay sequel. Here it is. So now we got the whole Pierce Brosnan series. We got GoldenEye. Anyway, GoldenEye, Tomorrow Never Dies, and World Is Not Enough, and Die Another Day. The four Bonds of Pierce Brosnan. He only made four films. Now, GoldenEye, this is the film that Pierce Brosnan started when he was going to do it. This was a great film. Loved Pierce Brosnan playing the role. Well, in this film, he has to stop the Russian Soviets from launching a satellite weapon called the GoldenEye. And Sean Bean's the bad guy in his role because he always plays a lot of roles as 006, the rogue agent. And yeah, very action packed. It's the same director, Martin Campbell, who also directed Casino Royale. So technically, he launched two Bond careers. Pierce Brosnan and Daniel Craig. With GoldenEye, this is like the best one. And if you play the N64 game, GoldenEye, probably the best tie-in movie game ever. So yeah, I recommend you see those two. How about a review? Every time I hear a certain title, I think of something completely off from the actual story. Well, dude, I get it. You're probably young, so you weren't around at that era time. And I'm not dissing or anyone, but it's like, dude, you have a lot to go. There's a lot of whole genre Bond movies. I mean, dude, the Bond films have been going around since the '60s, dude. I recommend, and you see them on streaming, Netflix, Hulu, or HBO Max. I don't care. Just go do it. I thought GoldenEye was about pirates. No, dude, it's a spy movie. It's about the satellite film. No, I think GoldenEye. You're thinking of Golden Shell or something. But no, I recommend you see GoldenEye. It's a great movie. Though. Next, we have Jack Black and Kyle Gass from Tenacious D, The Pick of Destiny. I do like Jack Black. I was never a fan of Tenacious D of his music and all, but I could see how he plays the guitar and all, and he knows how to rock and stuff. Some of the songs are actually pretty funny, by the way. Recommend if you're a fan of Tenacious D of his rock and roll music side, because he does go out and do concerts with him and his partner Arner, and they're great. But if you want to see him like play like this rock and roll like rock opera of the origin story of Tenacious D and the Pick of Destiny, I'm sure maybe people will like this. Oh yeah, everybody was kung fu fighting. Yeah, I know the Kung Fu Panda, of course. Here's a great film. Horrible Bosses. Kevin Spacey, Jason Bateman, Charlie Day, and it was hold on, Jason Sudeikis. This is a funny film. It's basically three guys who work with shitty jobs with really horrible bosses, and the only way to do that to live a good life was they kill them off. But they do it so like stupidly, trying to come up with a plan how to kill them off. But this is a really hilariously film. Jason Bateman, Charlie Day, and Jason Sudeikis are funny with their chemistry and all. Kevin Spacey plays like a total asshole boss. Colin Farrell's in it too, and he's like a cokehead boss. And Jennifer Aniston is a dental boss, but she's like very seductive, where she's almost like sexually harassing the other clients and all. But it's funny. It's a super hilarious film. I recommend you see it. By the title, I thought the story would be about horrible bosses. Technically, I wasn't wrong. Well, yeah, there are horrible bosses. It's just the movie is about the guys who are working for them. They kind of had it with them, and they're trying to kill them off. But it's a hilarious movie. I recommend you see it. All right. Next, we have oh shit, yeah, these movies fell. It's gonna be a pain in the ass to put them back in the box. Some of them I might leave it in the put it back on the shelf because again, I haven't seen in some of these in a long time. I know, and some of them I have, but it's a long collection. This is how big it is. All right, next we have. Let's see. Okay. Pirates of the Caribbean 3 at World's End. I saw this in theaters. It was great ending to the series, but I wasn't a fan of a little bit of the plot. I think maybe it was so overblown CGI with the hailstorm battle sequence against Davy Jones. But I thought the sword fighting was great and all. But it was nice to see an expansion of the pirates. We get to see all the pirate lords coming together. Jack Sparrow and Elizabeth Swann become like the leaders. You get to fight Davy Jones, and to me, I thought that should have ended right there. That was like the ending of the pirate trilogy, you could say. But this is all right. It's not my favorites. I would look back and watch, but Pirates of the Caribbean and World's End, and it's all right. Let's see. Where I'm gonna put this. I'm gonna put this right here. Hot Tub Time Machine. Ah, it's not unrated this time. It's not. Okay, it's the same. You're not gonna believe this. The guys that created this film are the writers of Cobra Kai, the series, and I think it's also. Hold on, if I'm wrong. Is it Craig Mazin? I think that. All I know is that Craig Mazin is the guy that's running The Last of Us on the TV show. But I know the writers of the Cobra Kai. They wrote this film. This time, I think the title is about a hot tub. At the time machine. Yeah, I know the title is so vague, but it's hilarious on some point. But I recommend you see it. I haven't seen this like in like years now, but it's funny with its jokes. But yeah, kind of a forgettable comedy. It's a sex comedy, and it's like yeah, it's just dumb shit with it. But it's okay. Next we have American Pie Band Camp, unrated, another spinoff. Band Camp is all right, but I always like the quote. If anybody remembers when and Michelle's characters are like, "This one time at band camp, this one time at band camp, this one time on band camp, I stuck a flute up my, you know, oh, but Band Camp, this is all right. Again, not a fan of the spinoffs. It's just Eugene Levi's. They just made these films just to see more raunchy comedy and more of the franchise. But even though they're direct to DVDs, like they're not in theaters, they just put them out, just like street aiming. So yeah, if you guys like it, if you like it, if you don't like it, fuck it. By the franchise title before I thought it was about an American. Dude, come on, you gotta be come on, you gotta be joking, or maybe you have seen it or not. But no, American Pie. The joke is like when just watch the first American Pie film, then you'll understand the joke because it's kind of the title is supposed to be a joke. I'll look up something. The Change Up, Ryan Reynolds and Jason Bateman. It's good comedy film, but to be honest, I never thought Ryan Reynolds Ryan Reynolds as usual in every single movie. He just plays as himself, so fuck it. I haven't seen it, but before I saw it, I was stupid, stupid. Uh, I think most people won't understand the joke, but if they watch the film, you'll see how funny it is, and then you'll get the joke with the infamous pie sequence. Pirates of the Caribbean, Dead Man's Chest. This is my favorite film. I saw this back in 2006. The theater was up there. I love the Isla Cruz like fight sequences when they were sword fighting on top of the big wheel. That was cool. I even collected the action figures and the play set and all. But yeah, this was a cool little sequel of Pirates of the Caribbean, the sequel, and this time they had to go find the dead man's chest of Davy Jones's heart, and they had to stab it before the evil Kraken, which is this right here. It's gonna take over the ship if and all and destroy it. But yeah, I recommend you see Pirates of the Caribbean. This to me is not many people like this sequel, but I personally like it because it's really cool. I really love the fight sequences and Davy Jones is like cracking attacking. Alexander, the director's cut with Colin Farrell and Angelina Jolie, Val Kilmer, Jared Leto, Rosario Dawson, and Anthony Hopkins. This is an okay film, but I do like the epic genre, but I wasn't a fan of this. I'm a fan of this film because it got a lot of the stuff inaccurate most of the times, and I don't know, it was pretty forgettable. But Colin Farrell's a good actor. I'm gonna sing random lyrics from a random movie song from my wheels of names. It says, like a random song. Let's see. Just Friends, Amy Smart, and Ryan Reynolds. Davy's song from 8 Crazy Nights. Davy's song. Wait, the movie title I was familiar, but I haven't heard of the song before. I'm gonna have to rewatch it. Just Friends, Ryan Reynolds, and Amy Smart. I don't know. Ryan Reynolds in the early 2000s, he was an unknown, forgettable actor at the time. It wasn't until he got later, I think when he got the Deadpool realm, then people start to know who he was. But now it's like it's the beginning song. Okay. Hey. But now when he plays as Deadpool, it just feels like now it's just Ryan Reynolds playing as himself all the time. Does he even have range anymore? But I don't know. We'll see. My hat's going a little flat. Let's see. James Cameron, Avatar. All right. Great movie. Yeah, I love James Cameron like directing because he's had the great genre of Titanic, Terminator, True Lies. He knows how to direct a film. I love the world of Pandora and the Blue Navi people. I liked it. I thought the sequel Avatar 2, it was okay, but it felt like it just copy and paste of the first plot. It's like now we become the water Navi and the humans are bad. We got to stop them. They're gonna kill all the whales. Very environmental and stuff. Now, am I gonna see Avatar 3 Fire and Ice? Maybe. The one thing I just wish they can do is they need to do something different. I don't want just this whole the humans taking on the Navi race. It's like I don't want to copy and paste plot of the first two films. I want them something different. Like maybe do a civil war where now it's like now they got rid of the humans and they can finally live in peace, but now they have to deal with each other. And then it's like the forest Navi and the water Navi. Then they fight together, and then we get to see more. Like now they have to fight of their own kind due to their differences. I want to see more of that with more drama into it, and I hope they could do that. I'm the kind of guy that can't stand the holidays, so I drink them all the way. That's me. I don't decorate. I'll never spend a dread, but also always been. Oh, okay, yeah. He's gonna. Now you're giving me the full song list. I can look this up on YouTube, like later after the stream and stuff. But wow, you know the lyrics by heart or something. Avatar, really great, and oh shit, we got a lot more. Here's a double feature of 80s classic, Footloose, Kevin Bacon, and we got Flashdance. What can I say? Two of the most iconic 80s dance flicks of all time. The Footloose, Kevin Bacon. It's a great film. It's about a teen kid who moves to Texas. Dancing is illegal, and he fights the system to bring dancing back. And the Kenny Loggins song, it's catchy to this day. It's great. Flashdance, great iconic dance sequence. If you haven't seen it, I recommend you see Flashdance with the iconic dance sequence where she's a stripper and the water pours on her head, and then the final dance sequence to get into the dance school. Oh, what a feeling! This you could tell this is the 80s written all over. But this is a phenomenal dancing flick film. I mean, the actors Kevin Bacon and Jennifer Beals, they're amazing. They're 80s icons. All right. Next up, we have. I literally said this in the pilot episode of my very first episode of the show. If you haven't seen the pilot episode, it's on my podcasting platforms on Spotify and stuff. This is technically one of my favorite movies of all time. Peter Jackson's King Kong the remake. I saw this in theaters and it's epic. This is how a remake is done right. All right, it's a huge respect to the 1933 original stop motion version, and this is a masterpiece. Yeah, it is a masterpiece. A lot of people don't like this, like say the movie's forgettable, but just because it's 3 hours long, and it's like, no, this is how the story is. This is how like they didn't update it, they didn't like modernize it. They kept their respect to the original from beginning, middle, and end. I love the Empire State Building sequences, the final battle sequence. You could tell Peter Jackson put a lot of work into this because that was the first movie he saw and said, I want to be a filmmaker. That was the movie. He put a lot of love and respect of it. It's like, I don't think I could top that movie, man. And it's like, this is a great phenomenal film. If you guys want to see my review of the pilot of this film, go watch my very first pilot episode on any of the podcasting platforms. I think I'm also on Apple Music. Go on Spotify. It's on season 1. I talked about how great the movie is. It's one of my favorite films of all time. This is amazing. 2 disc edition, special production, Peter Jackson, post production diaries. Like, yeah, go recommend that behind the scenes of the film. This is great. Oh, wait, is my hair getting all fucking? All right, let's see. All right, next. What is? Oh yeah, John Tucker Must Die. I remember the title of the film. I didn't understand what the movie was about, but it's like I saw like parts of it. It seems kind of dumb, but just the title, it seems funny. John Tucker Must Die. It's like that South Park episode. Scott Malkovich should die. But yeah, see if anybody would like it. National Treasure 2, Book of Secrets. I really wasn't much of a fan of National Treasure, the first one. The sequel was okay, but I don't know. Are they ever going to make a third film? It's Nicolas Cage going to go off on another treasure hunt of the Illuminati, and the Declaration of Independence has the map. So I don't know. A lot of conspiracy stuff in this movie. What is your favorite movie song? What it like favorite song in a movie or maybe like a famous score? Because I could tell you my favorite scores in movies. I've John Williams and Jaws, Star Wars, Superman. That could be my favorite scores. But if it's a favorite song from the movie, oh man, I don't know. Maybe I don't know. Maybe like one of the '80s songs from the '80 films, like The Breakfast Club, Don't You Forget About Me, the Flashdance song. What I feel like mostly it's some songs from the '80s and the '80s movies. I think those are like both. Oh, you like both? Oh, that's what I said. So, yeah, for both songs and the scores. I like the '80s songs and the '80s movies. Like I said, Flashdance and the Footloose, even the Top Gun soundtrack. Mostly from that song, the soundtracks from that and the scores. I love John Williams for Superman, Star Wars, and Jurassic Park, yada yada, yada, and Hans Zimmer. I did an episode recently on the scores we appreciate, where I talk about how much the movie music and the scores we appreciate them a lot and how they're iconic. I recommend any of you go watch that episode right now. It's on my channel. It's for season 4, which is now. We appreciate the scores. If you've heard of it, I talked about how much the scores are all phenomenal and they're iconic. So yeah, I recommend you check that out. All right, next hour and 30 minutes. I Am Legend Will Smith. I remember seeing the poster and blockbusters and in movie theaters. And yeah, this was a great post-apocalyptic film. It's like emotional towards the end. It's a guy surviving the apocalypse with his dog. Yeah, this was great. I always thought this should have been a video game, or maybe this was like the concept for The Last of Us. But this was a great Will Smith film, highly underrated. I wonder if Will Smith will get a comeback after the punch of the Oscars. If you guys seen it on YouTube, I think we all know it's like, yeah. To be honest, when I saw that the first time, I thought that was a scene. Like I thought that was scripted, but no, it was looked like he was pissed off. What's your favorite movie that Robin Williams starred? Probably, probably Aladdin. Aladdin is great. Dead Poets Society. I think he did. What's another great? What's another great movie? I thought. He has a lot, but I do like him in Aladdin and Dead Poets Society. Oh yeah, Goodwill Hunting. Hunting. Even though that's not a lead, but it's a movie. He won the Oscar for Best Supporting Actor, but he is a great actor. Rest in peace, Robin Williams. That man was hilarious, even in stand up too. I would recommend you see a stand up act. He's funny as hell. Like the guy can do it all. He could play any personation he could do. He made millions of people laugh. I recommend you watch his stand up. Knocked Up. Funny, underrated film, unrated. It's Seth Rogen knocks up Katherine Heigl, which, by the way, Katherine Heigl, not a very good actress anymore. Her career is like terrible now. But this is a funny movie. It's just trying to how to raise a pregnant woman, and how he's gonna be a dad and stuff. But this was a funny film. It's the same guys from Superbad and Pineapple Express. But yeah, this was a funny film. The Green Mile, Tom Hanks, Stephen King's famous book, very emotional when Michael Clark Duncan dies. Kind of depressing and emotional. Well, acting wise, performance amazing. The Illusionist, Edward Norton, Jessica Biel, and Paul Giamatti. This was a great film. I love the time period drama from the 1800s of Germany. Paul Giamatti is just a phenomenal actor with a German accent. It's a great movie. I recommend, and you see this from the acting wise is top tier, but mostly for Paul Giamatti. For some reasons, some three. What's some three? All right, we're like halfway through the thing, but I have a couple of more. Or it's like, yeah, this is a uh, huge movie collection. Okay, Project X from The Hangover. I didn't even know it had him. What? Who had him? The Delusionist, Paul Giamatti, or was it something else? Okay, Project X from the producer Todd Phillips. This, I don't know what this was about. I haven't seen this film. I think it was sort of like a found footage kind of film, sort of like The Hangover, but it's like I don't know, probably direct the DVD and stuff. Maybe it's funny, but it's the guys from The Hangover, Todd Phillips, who directed it. Who no wait, yeah, he's the producer of this, but I don't know, kind of forgettable. This would this would make me stupid, but he featured in '93 Jumanji. Oh right, Jumanji. Yeah, I forgot Jumanji. He was in the first Jumanji film. He was great in that film too, and then they made sequels, even though he was dead later with Kevin Hart and Dwayne Johnson. Yeah, but Jumanji '93, he was great in that film too. Yeah. Quarantine, the horror film based on Wreck, the Spanish international film, where it's the infected zombies are contained in the hotel, and everyone gets infected. And then we get this last scene where the guy who was like this cannibal freak thingy comes out of nowhere. Like that was scary. This is sort of the American adaptation of the film, but if you want to see the real original version called Wreck, REEC, That's pretty terrifying, especially the ending sequence. But yeah, the acting is great though. Oh, 1980s Popeye. Yeah, I remember. Yeah, I remember seeing that too. But go watch Red Quarantine, the American version. It just bastardizes it, but this is okay. It tries its best trying to replicate that, but the original, it's really, really great. I recommend you see that. 21, Kevin Spacey plays a professor. He's teaching them how to count cards in a casino. And if you should know, it's illegal in casinos to count cards, and you'll get your asses kicked. But I love the script writing of the film and how they mathematically use math students to count cards and stuff. But I thought this was a well written film stuff, but it's really hard to like understand it. So because I'll be honest, I'm not a good poker player at all. I don't know how these guys get away with this stuff. When did it came out? What, Rec or Quarantine? If you're talking about Rec, I think when did Quarantine come out? I don't know. Let me see. It was I think this was from 2013, 13, I think, and then Rec came out in 2011. That's my guess. I don't know for sure, but you can look it up. Up. The Fall of Reach, the Halo film. This is the animated movie of Halo. I've only played the Halo game once. To be honest, I wasn't a fan of Halo, but I can understand why people love the games a lot and this is like the most iconic games for Xbox. But if any Halo fans out there, if you like this film, then maybe you do. Oh, so yeah, Halo guys, this one's for you. It aged horribly in 2020. The title aged horribly in 2020 quarantine. Yeah, because of the whole COVID stuff. But that movie, I think maybe it came out early for a time before all this happened. So maybe if they try to release it now, then people will get it. I mean, another film like that is 28 Days Later, which recently will be 28 years later, the third sequel. I think that has that age sort of a time that it's like that was early from its best. All right, next, Castaway. Tom Hanks, he gets isolated on an island and he talks to a volleyball Wilson. Great film, great, like, it's one of those films where it's just a character by himself of trying to live in the world to see what would it be like be isolated and be stuck on an island. It's very hard for him to watch, but it's like it's kind of funny too. But to be honest, I didn't really cry when Wilson the ball floats away. I understand why because that was like his only friend at the top, but it's like, dude, it's a ball. Oh, it's going away. Spot the Reference is an upcoming sequel. Don't. What, you don't wanna know the 28 weeks later or the movie sequels? It goes moving up and down again. And the movie was nice. Well, okay. Okay. Ah, it's a little off. But yeah, Castaway, great film, directed by Robert Zemeckis again. Tom Hanks, he goes crazy on the island, but it's like, yeah, this is sort of a survival kind of movie, and it's like, this is it's great. It's great action, great direction, and Wilson's the ball. There's no discharge in the war. In the war, yeah. Click. Adam Sandler's not very famous film. It's kind of cheap. I'm gonna get another drink. Ink. Yeah, I'm drinking two of them. I had them because I went in and out a bit. Click. Not great film. I like the concept with the remote to control the universe, but nothing. But it's not funny. Pineapple Express. This was a hilarious film. I always wonder why they didn't make a sequel of this. James Franco, Seth Rogen. It feels like every movie he's in, and it's just these guys just trying to get making an excuse to get him high because he like smokes weed all the time, and it's Seth Rogen. So like, James Franco is getting high as usual. But this was a hilarious film, Pineapple Express. I think this came out at the time when action and comedy didn't mix together, and they wanted to see more of these pot smoking films, getting high and so. I could see this if they re-release this for a cult movie, but yeah, this was fun, funny and hilarious. Star Wars Episode 2, Attack of the Clones. I have the entire series of the Star Wars saga. This is like a second copy of it, but yeah, Episode 2, my least favorite in the Star Wars series, but I do respect the prequel trilogy. But Star Wars Episode 2, the Attack of the Clones. There's some concepts I like here and there, but the acting wise, oh, Anakin, so like they're like animals, and I slaughter them like animals. I hate them. It's a bit cringe sometimes, but yeah. If you guys like biopics, Ray Charles. Jamie Foxx won an Oscar for portraying the iconic musician of jazz as swing music, Ray Charles. This is a great movie that he brought Ray Charles to life with him playing the piano and music and all. You get to learn about his whole life and his music career and all this. I guess if you say so. But Ray Charles, this is a really well made a independent film based on Ray Charles. If you like his music, you'll definitely like this movie about his whole life. It was very interesting. Jamie Foxx, he is like excellent in this movie. I had to pick my things and go. Oh, that's right. Hit the road, Jack. Oh yeah, that's a great song. I also like the song. Oh, the mess around. Like Jamie Foxx. I think he didn't sing all the songs. Everything was all backing track, but he would have sing though. But he did get the attitude and the movement right. So like he studied a lot, and he even got a chance to meet Ray Charles before he passed away. But yeah, this was a great film. He was definitely Oscar worthy when he won it. All right. All right. Next, we have this Matt Dillon film, Mr. Wonderful. It also stars Annabelle Sciorra, Mary Louise Parker, and William Hurt. Um, this was a film. I think I remember my parents seeing this in theaters back in the day. They said it was mixed average a bit, and I don't know. I haven't seen it. Maybe I'll have to look this up down the road soon. And the House of Wax, another other horror film with Brian Van Holt, Chad Michael Murray, Alicia Cuthbert. Oh God, Paris Hilton. Like really, she can't act, dude. You're like, come on. Paris Hilton. It's like we all know she can't do jack shit. House of Wax. It's it's probably directed to DVD. It's not very great. And even with Paris Hilton's like, fuck no. National Lampoon's Vacation. I think is this the original? Yeah, this is the original. If you haven't seen National Lampoon's Vacation, this is funny. It's the Griswolds trying to go out on the family trip to Wally World, and they have this, and it's a over the top exaggerated road trip film where they get a bunch of pit stops and the vacation gets a little run. But this is funny. Watch it for the family on the summertime and an example why road trips can be such a pain in the ass and doing all of this stuff. But yeah, it's pretty crazy over the top, but it's funny. Oh God, it's not my favorite, and I know recently they made Karate Kid Legends, and here's the thing: the only good part about this film is just Jackie Chan. The Karate Kid 2010, or as we like to call it, the Kung Fu Kid with a piece of cardboard named Jaden Smith. I saw this in theaters. I didn't like it. Jackie Chan was like, don't get me wrong, he was like the only great part of playing the sensei, Mr. Han, but the Kung Fu Kid, I didn't really care for Jaden Smith. I didn't really feel for him, just like Daniel LaRusso from the original 1984 film. The 1984 film, that's always going to be the best one. The Kung Fu Kid, I didn't really care. It's Jaden Smith. He can't act for jack shit. He got his ass kicked by the Chinese dragon guys, and I don't know how he was supposed to do it. Remember when Jackie Chan said the N word? No, I don't think he didn't say the N word. I don't think he said, did he? I don't know. But Jaden Smith, he just acted like he was hot shit by an 11-year-old, and he got his ass kicked. And I was just like, oh wow, wow, this kid can fight. All right, but it's just like the Kung Fu Kid, not much into it. And I really did not like the Justin Bieber song that they used, Never Say Never, because it's so, that song also doesn't make sense either. If you're the best around, then that would have been better. But a JB song, just no, screw this. In a 1998 movie. Oh wait, I think I know what you mean. You're talking about the Rush Hour film when he did say it when he was in the bar, and he beat up all the bad guys. That was so hilarious because he said it out of blank. Like, keep in mind, he's a foreigner. It was his first time visiting, so he didn't know. But it was funny that he kicked all their asses. Rush Hour 2, my friend. No, I'm pretty sure he said it on Rush Hour 1. Hour 2, I think that's when Chris Tucker said some like offended stuff of a bit. But in Rush Hour 1, I remember he said that word, that line. The Book of Eli, Denzel Washington. This was by, I think, one of the Coen brothers. It was directed by the Hughes brothers, the same guys that directed Menace to Society. The great film. Denzel Washington kicks ass in the film. Another great post-apocalyptic film, but this was a really great film. Never mind. Yeah, Rush Hour 1. Yeah, yeah, Rush Hour 1. Hour 1. Glad you remember. But that scene is so funny. The Book of Eli, great Denzel Washington in film. He kicks ass in it too, and Gary Oldman's in it too. The guy can do it in any accents he can. So go watch The Book of Eli. All right, now we have the due dates: Zach Galifianakis and Robert Downey Jr. It was okay. There was a few jokes I chuckled a bit, but I didn't really buy this film because it's still at the time when Robert Downey Jr. was getting off of Iron Man. Zach Galifianakis, he's funny in The Hangover, but I didn't really buy into this film because I don't know, it just wasn't funny to me. All right, of course. I don't know why there's a bunch of American Pie spin-off films. I only have the first and Earth film and all, but where's the second and American reunion? Here's American Pie: The Naked Mile unrated edition. Again, you spin-off. It's just basically like the college guys go on a naked mile like marathon and stuff, and it's like, yeah, another raunchy comedies. I mean, I don't mind raunchy comedies, but if it's like so overexploited and stuff, then it just takes me out. It just takes me out of the plot because the plot's not that very great. So yeah, this is one of those direct to DVD films. They made a lot of these back in the day of the 2000s, and I don't know. I didn't like them. I don't know why why I have these films and why they're directed. It's just like I don't know. There's nine. Yeah, I think nine American Pie films. All right, we're getting near the ending of the series. We're an hour and 46 minutes, so let's finish this off. All right. Ah, Spider-Man 2. Dude, another best movie sequel of all time. I saw this in 2004. I loved the video game too when they made a tie-in game of this. I played all of them. Spider-Man 2, Doctor Octopus. That is probably like the best villain we've ever had in Spider-Man films. I mean, the train fight sequence, fucking epic. I love the plot where Spider-Man is having an existential crisis with being Peter Parker and Spider-Man and him trying to be with Mary Jane Watson. I love this one. Spider-Man 2. I saw this back in theaters, and that just blew my mind. And Spider-Man 2 is amazing. Like the script writing is like it's flawless because it didn't feel like a superhero film. It felt like a real movie too. When Peter Parker gave up being Spider-Man for a while, we get to see him like be a normal life, but he had problems with it too. I love the drama. The Spider-Man 2 is amazing. Sam Raimi just knocked it out of the park again, and he did. It's like one of my favorites. Ah, Lord of the Rings 2 and the Two Towers, the second chapter of the books and sequel. We're introduced with Gollum. I like Two Towers. I really like the battle sequences and oh god, what was the place? It was the place with the fort or in the castle with Gundu with no Rohan people, and I love the battle sequences. Is and correct me if anybody tells me where they fought in the final battle. And I like this, and I love Smeagol when slash Gollum when he's trying to. It's very hard to get the ring of it. And keep in mind, it's the middle chapter of the films and our heroes. I like where we get to see where the Fellowship is broken up, and we get to see more Rohan and more Middle Earth and stuff, and we get to see Frodo and Sam's perspective as they march their way to Mordor. And plus, it's a little darker than the first one and more scarier. Well, not more scarier, but our heroes are getting into more or real conflict situations. But this is a great age film. Part two is great. So is part three. I think all three of the movies are good. Oh my god. Here's one. Freaky Friday, 2003. I seen both versions of the film. I saw the 1976 with Jodie Foster, and I saw this 2003. But I think this one's a lot more rewatchable because I think that's been shown on Disney Channel a lot. You know, to the mom and the daughter switch lives. Lindsay Lohan's great. Jamie Lee Curtis. I cannot believe they're making a sequel of this now, but it just feels like it's direct to Disney Plus streaming. But it's really getting a release to theaters, and I don't know. Will I go see it? Will I not? I don't know. I just thought the first film was one and done. It took a long time for a sequel, though. I just hired for making the story for the first episode of the Super 7 from the same creator of Computinary contestants on YouTube and many more. Also, I love Freaky Friday. Yeah. This is a this is a funny movie. Just the concept is brilliant. But I also recommend you would see the 1976 version too. I just got high. Well, good for you, man. Good for you. Oh, great. But I don't know. I cannot believe they're making a sequel equal of this. So would you go see the sequel or not? I don't know. Let me know. But Freak Friday, great movie. Watch it with the family and friends. I've been talking so long. Mind you, this live streaming, I can see why this is hard. All right, and I'm just talking. So I saw 77 in 2003. Oh, you have? Oh, yeah. I think what I liked about the 70s sequences is just the car chase in the end, and they're going through this wacky races at the end while getting chased by the cops, and then there's a boat sequences, and then and then they switch lives, but they're at the wrong time, wrong situations. I thought that was hilarious. We're getting near the end, and here, okay. Another copy of Knocked Up, unrated edition. I want to be one for the day. Oh yeah, the opening song, but I think it was "I Like to Be You" for a day. So sequel to Knock Up, another copy of this. I don't know. You never know. Oh, it's cool to have other copies of this. This Captain America: The First Avenger. I think this was a third MCU film that came out. I didn't see this in theaters, but I remember when it was on TV, right around when it was getting released on DVD. I thought he was great. Chris Evans plays another superhero character because, mind you, he played the Human Torch from Fantastic Four back in '05. So this was cool. He was now leading the team. Another underrated superhero film. Not many people talk about the first Captain America film. They all think of the Winter Soldier, which is phenomenal and great, but the first Avenger is really great. I even recommend you play the video game on the PS3. But this is great. You get if you're a fan of the character in the comic book, go watch Captain America: The First Avenger. It's my I like to be you for my it's my stupid autocorrect. Yeah, I feel you, man. Autocorrect is so fucking annoying. Even when you're trying to text people, it's annoying. Rise of the Planet of the Apes. This is the reboot trilogy of the Planet of the Apes from the original series, but I think this was sort of a reboot slash the sequel on the origin story on how the planets, I mean, how the apes came in to take over the world, how the apes started to rebel. I thought the Matt Reeves trilogy, Rise, Dawn, and War with the Planet of Apes, amazing. Andy Serkis plays a great, not only as Gollum and then King Kong, but in as Caesar. He is a phenomenal actor. When I even War for the Planet of the Apes, he should have been nominated. He's a great motion capture actor, but he's a great actor overall. Oh, whether you're on screen or being in a motion capture suit, he is phenomenal. I really like the Planet of the Apes series, but I think I like Dawn of the Planet of the Apes more. That was like a well-made movie by Matt Reeves. My grandma, she is super Catholic, even thinks this is a classic. Really, the Planet of the Apes film? Um, well, it's like yeah, but I also recommend you see the 1968 one with Charlton Heston in it because that's the first one that started both. Oh, you saw both. Yeah, that's good. Good. But I think we could all agree that Mark Wahlberg 2001 one was terrible. I can see why it's terrible though. Iron Man 2, the sequel to Iron Man 1. Iron Man 2 was all right. I think the only thing I liked was Whiplash, the villain, and then Iron Man and War Machine team up, and Scarlett Johansson's Black Widow's introduced for the first time, and she definitely kicks ass in the film. So I think she was like the best part in the film, and maybe the villains, but the plot wise, not my favorite in the film. I think that this is like a C average movie. Because I really like the first one a lot. But Iron Man 2 is all right. If you like Black Widow, you're gonna like her in this for her debut. She definitely kicks ass. Sasha Baron Cohen from the man behind Borat is Bruno. Bruno, I haven't seen it, but I don't know. It's kind of dumb, forgettable kind of film. I think he was trying to make another character sort of like Borat, but it flopped. Because I don't remember seeing any posters or reviews or even trailers for this film. So I don't know. Maybe I could see it, maybe not. Love in the time of Cholera with Javier Bardem and Giovanni Mizoragaggio and Benjamin Bratt. Uh, a film by Mike Newell. Oh, Mike Newell. He is an interesting director and writer. I haven't seen this film. It's supposed to be like a passion drama film. Oh, but it's supposed to be well made. So I don't know. I don't know. Drama films to me, it just depends on what the story is about and what the plot is and who are the actors. But I think maybe this could be well made or not. I don't know. But doesn't this look like a telenovela like kind of a film? So let me know if anybody's seen it. Give me a recommendation of this. The fact that Iron Man makes it look like the 2000s original, but the character was made back in the 1970, I think. Well, yeah, the character's been around forever. If you've read the comic books from the 70s and 80s, I think maybe they changed the origin story or not or anything. Maybe they updated it from the Ultimate Marvel. But yeah, the character's been around forever. ever. And then because again, I didn't know who the character was at the time. Never mind 62. Yeah, he was there when Spider-Man, the Fantastic Four, around when the Stan Lee and the Jack Kirby era. I didn't know who Iron Man was when I saw this first film, but then when I saw it, I went back to the comics to look more at the character biography stuff, and it's like, oh yeah, I could see why this character is super important to the Marvel comics and stuff. But yeah, the character came a long, long way. The Town, directed by Ben Affleck. I think this was his first film he directed. And, this was a great heist film. I want to see more heist films that Ben Affleck can do. And this is a great film. Jeremy Renner was nominated for an Oscar for Best Supporting Actor. This is a great bank heist film. I love the chase sequences, how they dressed up as nuns, robbing the places in Boston. So awesome. This is a great film. I kind of like this movie more than Argo. Argo, I just felt like was a little bit inaccurate. I didn't understand why this won Best Picture, but The Town's a really well made film. But Ben Affleck, good actor, and he knows how to direct a film. So yeah, go watch The Town. Right, we're almost there. We're almost to the end, guys. We're almost to the end. All right. Next, we have Funny People. Adam Sandler, Seth Rogen, and Leslie Mann, about the stand-up comedian life. This was a funny film. I think it was sort of like a little bit of a day in life of comedian slash relationships movies. I thought this was a funny film, but there's this one sequence where it's Eminem is in the film and then Ray Romano's in, and Eminem is like cursing out at Ray Romano, and he's just like, dude, it's Eminem. He's gonna curse you out no matter what. That was like the funniest scene I saw in this movie. But I recommend and you see this. Put this right here. Okay, Django Unchained. This is the best Tarantino film. This is probably one of my favorite Quentin Tarantino films slash Jamie Foxx and Leonardo DiCaprio. Won the Oscar for Best Screenplay, the second Oscar for Christopher Mintz-Plasse after Inglourious Basterds for supporting actor. This was a great spaghetti western film. I love this film. This felt like a movie made for the 60s and the 70s. And I just like the concept too, overall, about a slave being eventually broke out of slavery and becoming a cowboy bounty hunter. That was really cool. I love the gunfight sequences at Leo DiCaprio's character, who plays brilliantly, by the way. And I loved like the battle sequences, the music score. It's phenomenal. And Samuel L. Jackson plays like really another despicable evil character and all. And it's just like Django Unchained. And this is literally one of my favorite Tarantino's films of all time. Adam Sandler might be one of the few people that might turn comedy into either stupidity or pure comedy. Yeah, he could do both. He has like ups and downs. Uh, here's a rom-com film. If any of the girls out there like this film or not, How to Lose a Guy in 10 Days. It's Matthew McConaughey and Kate Hudson. It's sort of funny. Example, Click. Yeah, Click. Stupid. It's sort of funny. It's a rom-com. There's a few rom-coms I like. This one, he was still typecast as the Eight Crazy Nights, yeah, the Christmas animated film with Adam Sandler. Again, Matthew McConaughey back then, he was still typecast. There was a rom-com guy, and it's just like I didn't get into this actor till later when he started doing serious work like Interstellar, The Dallas Buyers Club, The Lincoln Lawyer. Then I see him more range as an actor, and he was able to break out of that. So yeah. Uh, here's one: Dawn of the Dead and Land of the Dead. Wait, is this? Let me make sure. Is this the remake? Yeah, I think this is the remake with Zack Snyder's film. This is the no. This was an all right film. But oh yeah, unrated director's cut. So if you're a fan of these films, I thought Dawn of the Dead was great. Land of the Dead, I just wasn't a fan of that much. But Dawn of the Dead, I thought I liked the concept of the zombie apocalypse, and Zack Snyder's like before he directed the Justice League DC films, which was very mixed to average. But Dawn of the Dead, this was a great like horror apocalyptic film. I recommend you would see this. Happy Gilmore from 1996. Yeah, Happy Gilmore. That was a film. That was a funny film. While playing golf and stuff. I don't know about the sequel on Netflix because it's direct to streaming. And again, just to me, I think comedy movies, when they make a sequel from a film from 25 years ago and they make a new one now, it just won't hit the same because it's a long, huge gap. The jokes are not funny when they try to modernize it, and it's kind of like forgettable. Like it's like the plot's not that interesting anymore. It's like if the movie would have came out like 2 years after Happy Gilmore, then maybe from the time scenes we are at, then maybe there would have been a chance that there's some rewatchable in it. It's having a sequel in July. Yeah, I know it's on Netflix, but I don't know if anybody's gonna see it or not. The Curious Case of Benjamin Button. Brad Pitt is aging backwards from the old, instead of born being a baby to the old age. It's born as an old man, and he's aging reverse to a younger guy. Great movie. This is a good movie. Brad Pitt and Kate Blanchett are brilliant in the film, and I like the concept how it's a man aging backwards based on the book and all, and you get to see the man living the life from. From from the age difference and all. And I thought the makeup and the prosthetic, like makeup of him being older and younger, it was well made. I recommend you see this film. It could be depressing towards the end, but the concept, it's there. It's really there. Classic. Rocky. Sylvester Stallone won the Oscar for Best Picture. Sylvester Stallone wrote the script. He starred in it, but he didn't direct it, but he acted it. But it was directed by John G. Avildsen, the same guy who directed Karate Kid. And what can I say? Hey, yo, Adrian, I love you, Rocky. One of the best movies ever. And it's not just, a lot of people didn't get this. People always assume it's a boxing movie, like it's a sports movie, when it really isn't. It's really about a love story about this bum on the streets of Philadelphia falling in love for this girl. It's mostly a love story. And if you watch it many times or not, you can understand it. It's like Sylvester Stallone was mostly making a love story film, and this is it. This is like one of the great films. I love like the triumphant story on what he went through, on not just like going for the top. He's like trying to reach the goal. It's like one of the best movies if you want motivation. I mean, Rocky One. This says it all. This is American cinema right here. This is cinema to all over the world. He made a hell of a movie. Takers, Matt Dillon, Paul Walker, Idris Elba. This was a great heist action thriller film. Matt Dillon's great. Paul Walker, rest in peace, man. And Idris Elba, Jay Hernandez, Michael Ealy, Tip Harris, Chris Brown. Look, Chris Brown, the pop star, and Hayden Christensen, Anakin Skywalker. This was all right. Not many people talk about this film, but I thought this film was solid. It was a solid action thriller. If you guys like this film, go watch it. Yes. Apocalypto, directed by Mel Gibson. Not many people talk about this film. This is a highly underrated Mel Gibson film. If you want to watch like the Mayan civilization brought to life again, and watch the story of it, go watch Apocalypto with Mel Gibson in it. It literally felt like you're back in time to the Mayan civilization of Mexico, on what the Mayans went through, the sacrifices. The sets are amazing. They are constructed build sets. If you watch the behind the scenes of this movie, they literally built the pyramid sets. It's just not CGI. That was real. That was a real well-made film. And Mel Gibson made a great movie with this. Titles, I get a different idea before I saw it. Rocky, Fast and Furious, 10, and many more. Well, you have to look at the titles decently, but Rocky, I think we can all agree that's cinema, and Fast and Furious, they just get, no offense, dumb later on. It should have ended in 7. Here we have some Harry Potter films. Harry Potter 4, The Goblet of Fire, or as we like to call it, Harry Potter in the Year with No Haircuts. I have seen them now. Yeah. I did read the books of Harry Potter though. There's a lot missing from the book that didn't make it into the Goblet of Fire, but I still liked it. I really love the dragon sequence. And it's for the first task of the Triwizard Tournament, and I thought the final, the confrontation when Voldemort comes back again from the grave. I thought that was very intense, but I liked the direction they were going when it was about to be in a dark place in the Harry Potter books. But yeah, there's more stuff in the book that didn't make it in the film. But either way, I like the Goblet of Fire was underrated. Harry Potter, yeah, I see them now. All right, guys, we're getting to the end. And I know I keep saying that for many times, but yeah, this box is huge. There's a lot. Okay, Harry Potter Order of the Phoenix. I read the book. There's huge chunks of stuff that didn't make it into the film. I wish it would have been like a 3-hour film, or something, even though it's like 2 hours, but I wish they would have added more into that. I sort of liked Order of the Phoenix. Like, even if they didn't get stuff in the book, as long as they added like, as long as they added like the main plot points of the movie, then that's all I liked. I think it was emotional when Sirius Black dies and Harry's trying to kind of kill off Bellatrix Lestrange, and then I liked and I thought it was great of seeing Dumbledore and Voldemort are battling out in the Wizard. But I love the concept when the other worst villain, Dolores Umbridge, who by the way is the most horrible villain, even worse than Voldemort because she's trying to take over the school of Hogwarts and she's an evil like school corrupted politician for the Ministry of Magic. But Order of the Phoenix, I thought I liked and stuff. But yeah, I recommend you see it. I have seen the original books, or you read the original books. Yeah, yeah, yeah. There's a lot in the books too. I even remember when the sixth and seventh book came out back in the day while they were still making the movies. I didn't get into. I've seen the movies first, and then I went back into the books and then reread them and then looked up more of the stuff like, okay, this is what made it in, this is what not made it into the film. It's like, oh, I didn't know about that. There's a lot of stuff in it, but it's a great movie franchise. I don't know what they're going to do about the reboot for HBO series since they're retelling the whole story in 7 seasons of the 7 books. I don't know how that's going to go, but because I'm so focused on the movies than what they're going to do in the series. Harry Potter Six and the Half Blood Prince. This is my least favorite in the series because really it's kind of boring majority of the time, and I don't like the lighting or the color grading of the film. It looks really lighted, shaded, and stuff. It wasn't the climax, like the climactic third act of the film where Harry and Dumbledore, which by the way, rest in peace, Michael Gambon, who played Dumbledore, had sadly passed away 2 years ago. Oh, but I like the scene where it's Harry and Dumbledore are trying to get the last Horcrux, and Dumbledore's trying to suffocate himself drinking the water of it, which happens in the book. And that was a very intense sequence. And spoiler alert: Dumbledore dies by Snape because he had to. And yeah, this was pretty intense. Only by the last act of the film. Ah, Pulp Fiction. This is like my second favorite Tarantino film. Won the Oscar for best screenplay from Quentin Tarantino. It is like it is probably like the best script writing I've ever seen. This might be a stupid dream, but in 2013 on Nickelodeon, there was a commercial that said, "Stop putting your pantalones in a British accent." Did they really do that, or was there like a Nickelodeon and an English network or something? I don't know, I'm gonna see if I can look that up. Pulp Fiction, what can I say? Best script writing, best movie of 1994. Or I love the dialogue and the humor and sequence. A lot of people always didn't get this one because it's just random stories, but in reality, it's trying to be based off on the pulp magazines that people used to read during the 30s and 40s that had weird subject matter and convoluted chronologically stories. But this is a great a film, like because then you'll understand how this is the beginning and middle and end, but it's good told in a different order. I mean, Quentin Tarantino, he's a genius writer and director. I recommend Pulp Fiction. This is a flawless masterpiece. It is like another one of my favorite Tarantino films. Spider-Man 3. I saw this in theaters. This was the last movie of Tobey Maguire before they ended it. And it's appreciated now, but back then, a lot of people didn't like this film. And yes, there's some flaws with this film. This is sort of like sort of a C plus B average film. I remember when I saw this in theaters, I was like, oh, that was good, but I want more of it because it really bothered me because I didn't think this was the last one. I thought there was going to be a fourth one, and it never did happen because they were going to, but then it didn't, and then it got rebooted. And then when I rewatched it again, it's like, oh yeah, I think yeah, there's some flaws, there's some problems with it, and especially I think we all know Peter Parker becomes emo, and then he does the dance sequence. I'm not joking. When I saw the dance sequence in theaters, everybody in my theater, Warren, is not laughing at the time. We were just like, what the fuck is this? I sort of laughed, but I was like, what is this? It's kind of cringe when he's doing it. I mean, it's great now because people like the humor of it, but Spider-Man 3, it's just like, there's some problems with this one, but I do respect what they were trying to do because originally Venom was not supposed to be in this film. It was supposed to be Sandman and Harry Potter being the Green Goblin, the new goblins we'd like to call it, but it was studio interfered. The studios had to force Sam Raimi to put Venom in the black suit in it, and yeah, I really wish it would have made a fourth one, put Venom in the next film. And Topher Grace, he was just terrible casting to play Venom. It's like, guys, it's just fucking like the character from that '70s show. It's Eric Foreman being Venom. I just didn't understand. And but Spider-Man 3, I still liked it. It's the third part of the movies. I wish there were some improvements to that, but it's all right. All right. We're getting down to wow, we've been going on for like 2 hours now. One, two, three, four, five. All right, here are the last seven films, and that will be it. National Treasure, the original film. Again, I thought it was entertaining, but I it's not a movie I would go back to rewatch. But yeah, I was done. Here's what I remember: stop tooting your pantaloons, use Pampers, and yes, I'm talking to little Johnny. Stop tooting them. Remember, it might be a weird dream. Whatever it is, look, I will look it up to see if that's real or not. But yeah, maybe it's a joke. So National Treasure, if you like it, you like it. If you don't like it, then it's okay. It's okay, but I'm more of an Indiana Jones than Nicolas Cage. The Dark Knight Rises, the final chapter in the Dark Knight trilogy. Bane was the best, probably another best villain. Not better than the Joker, but he was great. I love the fight sequence with Batman and Bane. If you remember the iconic Bane breaks Batman's back from the comic books, I thought they did this right. The concluding chapter of the series. I mean, yes, there's some plot holes to the film because it's a time skip, and we don't know if how the hell did Batman ever got out of the dungeon from this foreign country and all, but this was all right. I thought that was a good closing chapter to the character in general. There's a little bit of breadcrumb pieces, but yeah, The Dark Knight Rises. This was a good closing chapter. Ah, Lord of the Rings 3, The Return of the King, the climactic chapter and the third and final book won it was a clean sweep at the 2003 Oscars. Winner of 11 Academy Awards, including Best Picture. I really like this one, but a lot of people there's some complaints out here that would say it's just one long battle in this entire movie. It's just one long war film, and I could see why. And the movie had 12 different endings because the movie kept ending a lot. But I get it because they're trying to close chapters of all the endings, just like in the book. And like, yeah, it is a long battle, but this is like the climactic battle. The Gondor and the heroes and the humans and the elves had to fight back Sauron's armies of darkness of Gondor, and then had to fight at the Black Gate to stop Sauron, and Frodo and Sam had to dump the ring from Mount Doom, and Smeagol Gollum's going to attack them. All this is happening all at once, but it's very like a climactic big adventure to the final film. But yeah, this was a masterpiece. But I always loved the first one more. But this I could see this is like the end to the series. Great trilogy overall. The Social Network. Love the dialogue and writing. It goes back and forth. It's the story about Mark Zuckerberg and the creator of Facebook and the how Facebook became the big social network. But you get to see the different perspectives, mostly from Mark Zuckerberg's perspective, and the cast is great. Jesse Eisenberg, Andrew Garfield, Justin Timberlake, and even Brandon Song is in this film, and you get to see their perspectives told in a chronological way from the birth of Facebook to the lawyer suit of the brothers, how they were making the website, and then from friends betraying another friend for stock reasons. But it's a great film. The dialogue is really amazing by Aaron Sorkin, directed by David Fincher, and you can understand more how the plot is put together in pieces. But this is a great film about the Facebook. It's 60% true, but it's not fully accurate. But it's based on a book too. You can look up the history if you ever wanted to. Harry Potter and the Deathly Hallows Part 1 and Part 2. People say it's 8 movies, but to me, it's basically 7 movies all fused into one. Part 1 and Part 2. This is the climax of the entire series. Everyone's just going to go off into killing off people. Part 1 is more like an adventure road trip film kind of journey to find the Horcruxes, but it's also a character like conflicts with each other and how they had to deal with the situation from Voldemort taking over the Wizard universe. Harry Potter out of Deathly Hallows Part 2. Let's just say Deathly Hallows overall. It's the battle of Hogwarts between like the Dark Lord wizards and the students of Hogwarts, and Harry battling Voldemort. This is probably one of the best climax like ending films in the entire series. This is one of my favorites. I remember seeing this in theater back in 2010 and 11. These were great, like a big goodbye to the series and a great ending to the movie series. This movie series came a long way. I don't know how they're going to do in show, but the Deathly Hallows films, I really love the concept. Even by the the backstory of the Deathly Hallows about the three brothers. It is probably one of the best animations, like storytellings I've ever heard. J.K. Rowling, yeah, I mean she's a great author overall, creating like one of the most iconic book franchises ever. All right, finally, here it is, the original American Pie 3 movie pie pack, also unrated. Yep, American Pie 1, 2, and 3. Love the first two American Pie film. American Wedding, the third movie, it was okay, but I really didn't much cared for Wedding. But the first two I like. It's phenomenal. It's the gross teen comedy film. Here's the pie for the infamous pie sequences, and it's like Stiff Meister, Jason Lee. Wait, Jason. I keep forgetting the actor's name. And the guy that plays Jim, Oz, and then we also have Finch, and of course Finch's mom, by the way, and Kevin. And it's like, yeah, American Pie. This is a teen comedy classic of the late '90s. I recommend and you watch this film, show this to your friends, and have a good laugh at this. They need to make more teen comedies like this. Yes, make it so offensive, make it a bit raunchy, but just have a good time of it. Just make it humorous and it's fun. When everybody knows your name and everybody's glad you came. Oh yeah, I think that sequence when Jim is like trying to get with Nadia on the webcam. Dude, if they made that movie nowadays, that would probably get people will be so pissed off because that's 100% illegal. And two, it's like, yeah, you're embarrassing yourself trying to hit on this girl and while you're being live on the internet. That was the old school live streaming. And that was funny, but it's also kind of cringe when he's trying to strip tease Nadia. And I'm just like, dude, stop. I always question like, does she knew she was messing with him on camera, and she was just buying time, or was he really just embarrassing himself, and it was just bad luck for him? But American Pie, that is a classic. So yeah, so there you have it. But I do know which moment you're talking about. Yeah, I think you know the scene. No, it's Cheers, 1982 and 93. Oh yeah, the Cheers TV show. So yeah, there you have it, guys. That is my whole movie collection from the box. And yeah, some of these I've seen, some of them I have to rewatch, and some of them I haven't seen before. But yeah, I gotta rewatch. I gotta do my homework on this now. But yeah, these are the movies in my collection. I have more down the road. Thank you again for anyone coming to the live stream. I think Alan, you were like the only one here, but I hope many more will come. And it's like, damn, bro. Yeah, I know. I had to rewatch. I had to like, this is the entire collection. So there you have it, guys, that will be the very first. They took long. That took longer than I expected. Yeah, I know, because I kept rewatching and telling the whole thing and stuff. So yeah, so I could do one maybe down the road for the future. But again, this is my future. This is my very first live stream. Okay, this is I don't know if people will ever rewatch this or if they do. Oh, but if they do, it will be saved. You can show your friends, or if anybody watch it, I even made reminders on Instagram and stuff. But we'll see. If any of you guys want to do more live streams, let me know. Email me. Put your comments down on the below. Send me questions on Instagram. And follow me at GFE_Hostman. Don't forget to follow my podcast on Spotify, Apple Music, any podcasting platform, even right here on YouTube channel for season 4. I just searched Q&A live and I got here. Well, yeah, just follow my channel. I know if you like movies, if you like movie related stuff, for any pod or any like how I think about the movies, just go here and stuff, and like yeah, go tell me your friends, spread the podcast around. Follow me again. Follow me on Instagram. Leave your comments below. Send me an email for any other comments and stuff. And like yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed the live stream, and yeah, keep on listening to the show. So yeah, that's it. Hope everyone did goes well. Hope you're liking watch the movies. Go watch the movies that I recommend, or if you have those movies, let me know. Leave your comments below even after. And like, yeah. So as usual, this is the host man saying to you all, good night, everyone.